And for the first time in 2026, we are live from J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium for Hickman County basketball. We have waited a couple of weeks to be back with you on the air, and I'm oh so very excited. I'm Josh Copley, joined alongside by Ron Puckett. And Ron, did you have a good holiday season?
Oh, it was a quick holiday season. It was not nice and busy.
Yeah, I know these Lady Dogs that we're about to watch play Camden, they certainly stayed busy themselves. Of course, they took part in the Music City Hoop Fest, which was at Page High School, as far as I know. And we look back at the games, Ron. I know you had the privilege of being there for those games. The Lady Dogs went 1-2, but they played some pretty stout competition.
So their first game was against a 4A school, Brentwood, which didn't have a great record, but they had a pretty solid team, very good coach. And, of course, when you're playing up classifications, they have more players to choose from. So it's a good game. The girls played pretty solid. At the end, they got a little bit tired, ran out of gas, ended up losing that game. Second game, they played a 3A school out of Memphis, Memphis Whitehaven, who was 12-2 at the time. Big team, good guards, probably the quickest team we'll play all year. And we played really, really well against them, ended up beating them in a good win. And then last game, a little bit tired, no legs, shots didn't fall against Lawrence County, and we ended up losing that game.
Well, Ron, I want to make some comparisons to the Whitehaven game and to the Page game from earlier this year. To start the Page game, it was pretty competitive in that first quarter. We thought it could go either way, but then Page switched tactics. Of course, we knew they were going to be very well coached. They went a bit faster. They were pressing. They were playing high octane. So what was the difference? How were we able to take on that speed against Whitehaven but not against Page?
Well, Page comes in waves. They have 15 girls that can play. They never get tired. So when they up the speed, they're just bringing in new girls. We're playing 7, 8 girls, and it's hard to stay up with that. Brentwood did the same thing on us. They played 10 or 12 and just really tried to push the pace to where we got tired in the fourth quarter. Whitehaven wasn't able to do that. They had a couple of girls that got in foul trouble. They didn't have the numbers that a Page had, that a Brentwood had. But defensively, and really that's where Whitehaven, their defensive speed was just super, super quick.
And I'm sure those 3 games in the Music City Hoop Fest were exactly the kind of games that Coach Gordon was wanting his girls to play. He wanted them to see competition. Now, at the start of the year, towards the tail end of 2025, the Hickman County Lady Dogs looked fantastic. They were winning games, but the question was, how would they look when the competition got stiffer? And as we saw in that tournament over Christmas break, they still held their own and looked pretty darn good. And I'm hoping to see that continue on into the new year. Now, Hickman County enters in tonight at an impressive 11-3 record. Now, Camden, on the other side, comes in at 3-11. But as we've seen earlier in this year, Ron, you can't always take into account records. Anybody can win on any given night.
One thing Camden always has, they normally have some bigger girls, some good size, and they normally have 2 or 3 athletes that can go. The Lady Dogs have to come in tonight, and they have to play their game. They've got to, number one, play defense. Don't give up uncontested shots. Don't give up uncontested layups. And once you get that defensive stop, one of the big keys every game all year long is going to be rebounding. If we can clear that first rebound and get out and run, we're going to be in good shape. If we give up offensive rebounds, then we're making the game harder for us.
And a girl for Hickman County that we've brought up several times already throughout this season is somebody who has really taken that step, becoming a really improved ball player, is Tinley Davis. And where she's been most important, I think, this year has been getting rebounds. Now, is she going to be the biggest player on the floor? Not by any means. But she is putting it all out there, trying to secure those boards offensively and defensively.
And the girls coming off the bench, I feel like they play hard. They rebound hard. One of the things I'm interested in seeing as the season progresses is we're going to need some of those girls off the bench to also score some points at times. And because right now, I would say probably 90% of our points, maybe more, come from the starting 5. And somewhere down the road, there's going to be a game where someone gets in foul trouble, where where those girls are going to have to step up and score a few points.
Now, talking about the girls coming off the bench, do you think some of that is going to get better with experience? I mean, whenever they take the floor late in games or whenever they get those minutes, they seem to be a very pass first type of team. They're always looking for the open man, trying to generate those shots. But like you said, no one's really taking initiative to be that scorer. Um, so I am, like you, waiting to see if one of these girls are going to take that pass and instead of looking, try to drive it, try to make something happen. But
Well, the thing about basketball is you don't want to force the issue, but if I'm a team playing them, I'm going to leave them open because I know that there's a pass first, so I want to sag off of them, and I want to help on Ava. I want to help on Zoe, and I want to make them step up and shoot the ball.
And we have got just under 3.5 minutes to go until the first game of 2026 live here on WNKX. We are so very excited to bring the action to you on YouTube and Facebook. However you might be watching, we welcome you in here tonight. It's going to be a good one. Of course, 2 games as per usual. The girls' game starting at 6 o'clock at the top of the hour, and the boys immediately to follow. And that one should be a good one as well. So, Ron, as we continue to wind down closer to game time, I wanted to ask a question. You know, someone who's been a player, someone who is coaching right now and has coached for a while. How is that first game off of a break? Is it a bit easier? Is it a bit tougher? I just want to get your insight on that.
You really never know how that first game off of a break is going to go. It helps with them having played last week. Their last game was 6 days ago, not 14 days ago. And so that always helps when you're able to play a little bit in the break. If you take 2 weeks off, I don't know when Camden's last game was. I would assume they probably played in a tournament also. But if you take 2 weeks off, it's really hard to come back in a rhythm. 6 days, that's not that bad. So you would expect everything to flow as normal.
You know, something I've always wondered, I feel like the hardest part of being a high school athlete is keeping that regimen through breaks. Now, I know for me, you know, I'm no athlete by any means, but I try to train. And, you know, when it gets to the holiday season, my diet goes from chicken and broccoli to milk and cookies for a couple weeks. And I've wondered how strict these coaches try to keep their players as far as, you know, focusing on staying healthy, on staying focused and dialed in.
A lot of the big thing in basketball is you want to try to keep running. You need to stay in game shape. You need to do some extra running if you're not practicing. Looking at the girls' practice schedule, they practice quite a bit. They're going to be okay.
That's why I appreciate being a broadcaster. I'm a player. I get to eat whatever I want.
I think most of them probably eat whatever they want too. They're young.
So now it's time for the playing of the national anthem, and then after that we will have the introduction of our starting lineups here tonight when we come back.
Tonight we have the Camden High School Junior team color guard. Presenting the colors is the Camden High School Bulldog color guard. The right guard, Cadet Sergeant Shiloh. Presenting the national colors is Cadet Staff Sergeant Logan French. Presenting the Tennessee State colors is Cadet Private First Class Abigail Hernandez. And the left guard is Cadet Private First Class Abigail Hernandez. Please remove the caps and play the national anthem.
So now that the anthem has concluded, it's time for these starting lineups. First with Camden, it'll be number 1, Miley Hartney, number 3, Abby Grace Wallace, number 4, Cadence Christopher, number 30, Carson Douglas, and number 34, Addie Joe Melton. Some of those names I certainly recognize from last year, the battles between these two teams. And now it's time for the starting lineup for your Hickman County Lady Bulldogs. First up, number 2, Carly Everett. Following her is number 3, Haley Gordon. And of course, number 20, Ava Floyd. Number 23, Bailey Kramer. And number 30, Zoe Chilton. So a very stout starting five for these Lady Dogs, who have won them a great deal of games already this season, looking to make it win number 12 here tonight at home to start 2026. No better way to start the new year. And now that the starting lineups have been introduced, that can only mean one thing. Hoops have returned to Hickman County here on WNKX. And in case you're just now joining us, welcome. I'm Josh Copley, joined by the coach, Ron Puckett. And we are ready to go here inside J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium in Centerville, Tennessee. It'll be Bailey Kramer on the logo, lined up with Melton. It's a tip. And it'll be Camden ball to start us off. Some passes, ball up top. There's Everett on defense. Ball at the wing. Floyd playing very close to the hip. Dishes back right. Pass in the paint. Dribbling inside, and Kramer got a hand on it. But possession will stay with the Lady Lions. Ball at the wing. Floyd almost knocks it loose, looking for help. Now ball up top. It's Hartney. Dribbles right, screen set. Kramer playing defense, drives through off the glass, and it falls in good. Hartney there striking first for the Lions.
It's a good take. Not bad defense right there. They forced a challenge shot, and she hit a tough layup.
From the corner, rattles out, no good. Attempted there by Kramer. Now Camden back on the offensive. Ball give to the corner. Melton hands off. Hartney drives on Everett. Into the paint, steps through. Kramer blocks it. It's a loose ball secured by the black and yellow. The ball is tipped out of bounds. And it's going to stay with the Lions. Hickman County tonight wearing the white jerseys. Red lettering, Camden in the black. Yellow lettering. Pass inside, a wide open lane off the glass and good. Another 2 for the Lions to start us off hot, 4-0.
So those are the easy shots that we've given up. 2 layups.
And Floyd there tries a tough contested shot, won't go. Oh, playing tough defense, knocks it out of bounds. And that's going to be Bulldog ball. What an effort there by Floyd on the other end.
Good job by Floyd. She stuck with it, applied a little man-to-man or full-court pressure just by herself, and was able to get the turnover.
Give Everett 3, good. So Carly Everett with the first points of 2026 for the Lady Dogs. Going down the floor, it's Hartney, guarded by Everett. Gives left. Gordon tries to jump the passing lane to no avail. The ball's going to stay beyond the perimeter. Floyd quickly jumping on Christopher. Directing traffic, it's Wallace. Pass across the way, wing to wing. Bounce pass inside. The shot is short, tipped into the hands of Carly Everett. That's Gordon up top, gives Floyd from the wing. Kicks off the back of the rim and goes over the backboard. It'll be Camden ball.
Camden has 2 really athletic guards. If the Bulldogs will sit on their right hand, I don't see them dribbling to the left very often. Right now, Carly's putting pressure on her, and she's still dribbling with the right hand.
Driving in, bounce pass. secured by Douglas. Back out, 3-ball, missed. Oh, and Kramer, a lot of contact, and she'll be fouled. Pretty easy call there for the official. It's Floyd up the floor. Wants to drive, lost it. Might have had it knocked loose. Gives out to the corner. Floats to Kramer inside. Spins through. Left-handed shot. Short. And Floyd hustling in there, trying to get the board. A lot of contact there, going both ways, and I believe they'll get the Lady Dogs there on the foul.
They got Bailey for the foul. Ava probably got her a little bit first.
That'll be Kramer's first foul. Lady Dogs' first team foul this evening. Up the floor. Wallace, guarded by Gordon. Passes down to the wing to Hartney. Pass, high post, dish back out. Inside, floats it to Douglas, underneath. Now backs down to that left corner. Driving in, kicks it to the wing. 3-ball on the way, banks it in. Cadence Christopher with the 3-ball. Seven to 3 now. Lions over the Lady Dogs. Shot no good. Ball now goes the other way. Bounce pass to the corner. Give right. Wallace looking for help. Bounce pass to Melton. Gives. Free throw stripe. The 2 is up, missed. And Gordon flies in to secure the ball. And a foul again is called against Camden on a rebound attempt. Everett and Kramer subbing out. In the game now, Josie Hassel and Tinley Davis. It'll be Floyd crossing the logo.
Camden's playing a man-to-man, which kind of surprises me, as Ava should be able to penetrate and finish just like she did right there.
And that bucket is good. 2 points for the Lady Dogs. Davis playing tough defense near the logo. Hartney gives. Gordon jumps the lane, knocks it out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Lady Lions. Some subs now for Camden. Coming out is number 4, Cadence Christopher.
One of the things we need to do this game is keep the pressure up and run the pace. It kind of looks like they play about 6 people to me, and a couple of those are too big that we'll get tired as the game goes along.
Melton, high post, fires underneath, great pass. Foul called on Zoe Chilton. Little slap of the forearm there, and that'll send number 30, Carson Douglas, to the line to shoot a pair.
So Camden did there what Creekwood did to us when we played them, try to run the high-low from the post, got a good post entry.
That was the first foul called on Zoe Chilton. Douglas knocks down the first free throw. The second one is up, and this one's also in. Nine to 5 now, your score. Chilton at the right wing. Drives, baseline, has her shot blocked, but recovers it. Nice bounce pass. Gordon shot misses. Tipped out of bounds. It'll go off the hands of Tinley Davis, and it'll be Lady Lion ball.
Good offense right there. If the Lady Dogs keep the pressure on them, get those back cuts, they'll end up scoring some points there.
And a body hits the floor there on that far side. It was Abby Grace Wallace that took a tumble.
She just walked.
Camden now gets it across the floor, ripped loose, and a jump ball is called. Ron, I was just waiting for the first jump ball of 2026. We knew there have been plenty of those throughout the season.
Well, it actually took 5.5 minutes to get to it.
Longer than I was expecting. Floyd now, left wing. Dribbles right from the stripe. Misses the 2. Rattles off the rim, and Melton secures the rebound for the Lions. 2 minutes and some change left to play in the first quarter. Pass in the paint. Davis, they're playing great defense. Blocks it. And now the ball is going the other direction. Davis pulls up, gives over to Floyd to her right. Ava drives, kicks. Davis pump fakes and dribbles. Goes to Chilton. Pulls from three. Line drive is in. Zoe Chilton's first three of the new year. And a whistle and a foul. I believe they got Haley Gordon as the guilty party.
Yeah, they got Haley.
So that's 3 team fouls for the Lady Dogs in this first quarter. 2 on Camden. 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Pass. Kramer tries to jump it. Douglas dribbles in. A shot goes well off the mark, but not without a foul call.
That's a situation where the Lady Dogs just have to play position defense. Bailey gambled for the steal, didn't get it, and that puts a lot of pressure on those smaller girls as she comes down the lane. If we stay in position defense right there, nothing happens.
And Douglas has looked really, really good from the free throw line. 4 for 4 in the game's first quarter from the stripe. 8-11, Lady Dogs trail. We see Carly Everett back in the game now for the Lady Dogs. Floyd goes to Hassel at the wing. Looking for somebody, goes to Everett, pulls from 3. Misses off to the right of the rim. Loose ball. Melton's got it. Hassel wants some, and it's a jump. The possession arrow will favor Camden, so it's going to stay with the Lady Lions. Hickman County playing this press now. Ball underneath Melton, dribbles into the paint, kicks it up top. Wallace from 3, high arcing shot, kicks off the rim, no good. From the elbow, pass out to Melton, top of the key. Now Batchelor, high post, gives to Melton at the right wing. Pass over to Wallace. Screen set by Camden, pass down to the corner. Wants to dribble in. And a foul is going to be called against Josie Hassel, much to the chagrin of Coach Gordon.
Thought Josie had position there. The girl went right, ran straight into her. One of the things we got to do a better job of, number 1, number 3, all of their guards, their first move is going to be to the right. We can't over-close out and give them a lane to the right like what happened right there.
And Miley Hartney makes the first but misses the second. So 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Dogs trying to get some points. Floyd goes to the basket. Missed it, but she's fouled. Knock on wood, Ava's been good from the line this year. I'm never speaking ever again. I thought the knock on wood was going to help, but... And Floyd makes the second.
That one looks better. Keep her going left, Carly. Keep her going left.
So 10
Don't let her
seconds
come
left.
back right.
Camden looking to close the quarter with momentum. Melton from 3. She knocks it down. 3 seconds. Floyd on the move. Lets it fly. It's going to miss well off to the right. So the first quarter favors the Camden Central Lady Lions. Your score after 1, Hickman 9, Camden 12. We'll be right back after this.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust, and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And we welcome you back to WNKX. It was a first quarter that belonged to Camden. I know before we went to break, I said it was 12-9. Actually, it's 15-9 in favor of the Lady Lions. But it's going to be Lady Dog ball. Start us off in the second quarter. It's Everett. Top of the key, gives right to Gordon. At the wing, goes back to Chilton up top. Back to Gordon. Now Kramer in the corner. Chilton fires from three. It's good. Another three ball for Zoe Chilton. Bounce pass up top. Give a wide open look. Three on the way. Misses. Kramer got a hand on it and she secures it. Pass to Gordon. Dribbles and drives to the basket. It's no good. But tipped back out, and Haley somehow comes up with the ball yet again. Back to Everett. Everett passes over to the newly entered in Rachel Puckett. Gordon drives, steps through, missed it just short, but she's fouled and will shoot two.
Good drive right there by Haley as she is looking to attack. Right now her shot's not quite going, but if she'll keep attacking, she will get the fill, start putting some in as that free throw drops right there for Haley. Lady Dogs switching to a 2-3 zone here instead of a man-to-man. This is
the ball's tipped by
times
Puckett.
I've seen that.
Rachel's going to go. Bounce pass to Gordon. Goes off the foot of somebody. Couldn't tell if it was off a lion or a dog, and they're going to keep it with Hickman County.
A lot of traffic in the lane. Camden's really sagging in, not letting Ava have a lot of lanes to the rim. Lady Dogs switching now to a 1-3-1.
So a couple of girls open for Camden on that right side of the floor. Tipped away. Chilton's got it. It's a foot race to the basket. Missed it. Floyd with the rebound. Put back. This one's good.
Good switches of defense right there by Coach Gordon. Camden, you could tell, was ready for the man-to-man. They had some plays that they were running for it, felt like they could exploit, but the zone's something new that they haven't seen yet, and so we forced 2 turnovers, back-to-back possessions.
So Hickman County, after starting just a little bit slow in that first quarter, they did a good job of never letting Camden get too far out ahead. They seem like they've been doing a good job at keeping it close. And for Hickman County, we've been wanting to see them play 4 quarters of complete ball, and it starts by keeping games competitive because we know there's going to be a time throughout this game where Hickman County is going to go on a big run. And as you've said, basketball is a game of runs.
A lot of times in basketball, the first quarter, second quarter, you're kind of filling each other out. If you can get a 4-0 run 5 times a game, you win by 20 points.
So back out on the floor now, off the timeout. 6 minutes to go until halftime. It's Wallace.
Back to the 2-3 this time.
Melton fires a bullet to the free throw line. Hartney dribbles through traffic, has the ball swatted by Kramer. Here comes Floyd. Down the floor. Floater. Good.
And that's where, we get a quick turnover, get that rebound off the block shot, push the pace. Now, it's like every other possession, we're changing zones. That was a 1-3-1.
Douglas now underneath. Kramer, another block. Douglas gets her own rebound, misses the putback attempt, and Kramer has the defensive rebound. Gives to Gordon. Chilton, wide open. Just missed it. And it's knocked out of bounds. Who are they going to give it to? It's going to be Bulldog ball still. So Zoe Chilton, who already has a couple of three balls here tonight, another good look. This one's just a little bit short.
He'll take those open shots all night long.
Hickman County leads 17-15. Floyd at the left wing. Goes right, hands to Zoe, dribbles in. Pulls, has her shot blocked. Put back, missed. Ava's got it. Falling down, it's good.
Ava right now, she's kind of taking her intensity to that next level. Getting some offensive rebounds, steals, attacking the rim.
Contested pass, Gordon jumps it, but it still finds the hand of a Camden player. Deep three on the way, misses short. And it's a fight for the ball, and it's going to be Hickman County's possession after it goes out of bounds. Now it's Ava. Goes right to Gordon. Chilton gives to Kramer. Ooh, a lot of steps there. Maybe fortunate there that nothing was called. Floyd passes to Gordon. Back to Floyd in the corner. Ava
Got too many
space.
people on one side of the floor. It's not very good spacing right now.
Everett, deep three on the way. It's good.
So we get the ball to the other side of the floor where there's some room to work and you get an open shot.
So a couple of threes tonight for Carly Everett. 22-15. Dogs in front. Under 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Melton, pass up top. Wallace, a deep three on the way. This one's good as well.
That's our first points this quarter.
Gordon wants to drive quickly. Missed. A Camden body hit the floor there. So
Camden's a little bit slower getting back now.
Fires across the floor. At the elbow, Hartney goes out. Some quick passes. It's Wallace. Back over to Christopher. Now inside, Hartney drives. The shot is good, and a foul. So that'll be an and one. Now Miley Hartney looks to complete the three-point play.
Again, if we'll just guard one straight up, not try to go for her pump fakes or block her shots. Her move is to pump fake and attack right.
Now it's Floyd, bounce pass. Gordon tries from three, missed it, kicked off the back of the rim, rebounded by Melton. The other way, it's Wallace. Now to Melton at the wing. Fires a bullet, Floyd jumped it and tips it out of bounds. Ron, I gotta say, if that ball didn't have as much heat on it, that might be an easy turnover and some points for the Lady Dogs.
That's going to be 2 points on the other end, but she threw a fastball right there.
A Nolan Ryan type pass. Out of bounds. We'll stay with Camden, knocked out by Ava Floyd. Some subs now. Puckett, Hassel, and Davis back in for Gordon, Kramer, and Everett. So a three-man sub for Coach Gordon's squad. 2.5 to play in the first half. Pump fakes the pass, goes over to Walton. Back to Wallace. Hartney wants to drive over Wallace and a foul. That'll be 2 shots. Now, Ron, right there, it seemed much a case of, Hassel keeping the hands a little too low right there. Didn't get quite that vertical.
No, we've got to beat that flash. We're letting her flash to the middle, and every time she takes it, she's just going to attack, dribble, and go right straight into you. And We've got to recognize that.
And actually, they got Chilton for the foul, I believe. It said 20 at first. They changed it to 30. And Kramer is in for Zoe. Ava the other way. Driving, wants to do it herself off the glass. 2 points for Ava Floyd.
Good aggressive take right there. Got an angle, use the backboard. Easy 2 points for Ava.
Screen set by Melton.
She goes
Hartney
right
wants
again.
to drive. Fires a bullet at the rim. No good. Tipped out. And here goes Ava Floyd again. Ava steps through.
It's good defense right there.
Camden got a hand on it. Now Wallace takes it the other direction. And Davis in hot pursuit. Too much contact and a foul called on Tinley. That'll send Abby Grace Wallace to the free throw line, with her team trailing by 4.
On that right there, Ava attacked. We didn't have anybody rotate back. And so once that shot got blocked, we were chasing, trying to get back, and that always puts you in a bad position.
Wallace knocked down the first free throw. Number 2 on the way. This one good as well. Puckett inbounds to Floyd. Ava fires a quick pass to Hassel in the paint. High off the glass, and it's good.
Nice power move right there by Josie. Power dribble, reach back. Nice layup. Like to see that.
26-22. Lady Dogs still ahead by 4. Hartney, screen set by Douglas, dribbles inside, kicks it. Batchelor drives, gives the corner. Dribbling in is Warren, who gives to Wallace, who now wants to drive into a crowd of Dogs, and a foul, and that'll be 2 shots. And the first free throw on that sequence is good by Wallace. So, Ron, these last few offensive possessions for Camden, there's certainly been a theme going on.
Well, when we go man-to-man, they just attack, and we're not doing a good job of cutting off the rim. When we were playing zone earlier, they weren't able to attack quite like that. They flashed middle, which we needed to cut off. But right now, they're just getting to the rim and attacking.
Oh, and Rachel Puckett, nice little floater, just missed it. And an offensive foul called on the Dogs. I believe they'll get Haley Gordon, the culprit.
That's going to put them at the foul line shooting 2 shots.
That was the 5th team foul for the Lady Dogs in this second quarter. Carly Everett subbing back in for Gordon. Now Camden a chance to tie after this quarter has been mostly controlled by Hickman County. Camden just scratching and clawing, keeping themselves in it at the stripe.
Well, right now, fouls are keeping them in the game. They're getting to the foul line. They're able to get free points from the foul line, and
Wallace misses the first. Now, Ron, it also seems like there's no one particular player for Hickman County that's racking up the fouls. They've been pretty dispersed so far in this first half.
We have several with 2 right now.
So Wallace goes 1 for 2. 50 seconds left. Hickman County leading by 1, trying to widen that.
They've gone 2-3 zone here.
And Floyd pulls from the right elbow short. Tipped around. Hassel tries to put it back, and Douglas knocks it out of bounds. Hassel, who had that phenomenal 2-point shot a few moments ago, tried for another. Davis dribbles in, gives. Floyd from the corner. Buries a 3.
Good penetration by Davis with a kick to the corner.
29-25. Dogs back ahead by 4, under 30 seconds. Hartney on that right side to the volleyball line. Picks up her dribble, looks for help. Ooh, and Wallace lost the handle.
Ava needs to be smart, not get a foul right here. Give help.
Pass out. Douglas dribbles in, gives. Driving, stops. Tries for a miracle shot, no good. 3 seconds. Everett lets it fly. Just missed it left.
Could have been called for a foul from behind right there. As she shot.
But no call, and that is how our first half will end. Your score, Hickman County 29, Camden 25. We'll be back after this.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And we welcome you back to WNKX. We are currently at the half of the girls' game, the Lady Dogs against the Lady Lions of Camden. Currently, your score is Hickman County 29, Camden 25. Just over 2 minutes to go until we resume action with the third quarter. And Ron, looking at the stat sheet from the first half, we saw Carly Everett knock down a couple of threes, finishing the first half with 6 points. Haley Gordon had a singular free throw made at the line, ending the half with 1 point. Josie Hassel with 2 points. Ava Floyd with 14 points, including a three-pointer. And Zoe Chilton knocked down a couple of threes, ending the half with 6. So what sort of stood out to you about that first half that we saw?
Well, the big thing is you're looking at those, as you're giving those scores right there, is Bailey Kramer hasn't scored yet tonight. And that's somewhere, that's a person that we need some points to go in around the rim. When Bailey's not scoring and we're not getting points around the rim, that means we're having to work really hard for those other shots. And so second half, I'd like to see her establish herself inside, get 2, 4, 6 points on the inside, and that's going to make it easier on everybody else outside.
Well, and we've seen too, Ron, you're right, and Bailey hasn't scored any points yet tonight, but she's had some big-time rebounds. She has stopped some second-chance opportunities for Camden. She's had a few blocks already in this game, so she has been productive. But I know, to your point, what Coach Gordon is wanting is for her to be more productive scoring, because when she is scoring, Hickman County's, they're pretty unstoppable. When you have to commit to the big underneath, then you've got the girls that can, shoot the lights out from beyond the arc. It makes for a dynamic team.
It helps our offense when everybody is scoring. Now, Camden is big. They've got 2 big girls that play well inside. But I feel like as the game goes along, if we will keep pushing the ball down the floor, running, we'll be able to create some easy layups off of the secondary break.
And I am hoping that Haley Gordon has some opportunities for more points in this second half. Of course, only having 1 in that first half of play. But we saw towards the tail end of 2025, Ron, she was one of the best shooters I've seen. She was lights out, shooting the 3 ball, racking up points for this team, being an offensive weapon in every sense of the word.
Haley is a girl that when she sees the ball go through the rim, she can get hot really, really quick. She's had some good looks tonight. They've just kind of rattled out, haven't gone in yet. So she's another one we'd like to see start putting some points in.
So it's going to be Bulldog ball to start. It'll be the original starting 5 on the floor for Hickman County. Everett drives, left-handed shot goes up way too strong, rebounded by Douglas.
Lady Dogs starting in their 1-3-1.
Hartney goes across the way, tough pass, corner 3 from Melton, line drive, goes right into the hands of Douglas, who shoots one high off the glass for a 2-point bucket.
That was unfortunate. That was such a bad shot. It went straight to her under the goal, and there's not much Ava could do.
Now, if you asked, Camden knows that's by design, just as they drew it up. Floyd from 3. Oh, it rattles out. Tough luck. So, good luck for Camden on that end. Bad luck for us on this one. Not a bad-looking shot by any means by Floyd, but it rattles out.
It rattled 3-4 times.
Hartney drives, goes to the corner. Pump fake. Dribble. Top of the key. Now right elbow. Pass out to Melton. Now Wallace goes to the corner. Dribbling, looking for help. Wallace, deep 3 on the way. It's short, kicks off the rim. Melton tries to save it. No dice, out of bounds, Bulldog ball.
I'm not 100% certain on this 1-3-1. I feel like they're supposed to be playing passing lanes on the wings. But sometimes I see some of our wings get too deep in and give up that pass. I don't know if that's what Coach Gordon's wanting.
Oh, and Gordon receives the pass, takes it straight to the basket.
That's what we wanted to see right there. Some easy shots around the goal. Got one from Haley.
No, Haley was somebody we were wanting to see score more points, and great start here. The first points for the Dogs in the second half. And Floyd jumps the lane. 1-on-1. The shot is missed, and a late whistle. Foul, and that'll be 2 shots for Floyd. And if Ava misses a shot like that, there's probably some foul play involved.
They called the foul there. I'd like to see that. I feel like she got pretty clean up top right there. might have got her with the body and she didn't jump straight up, and I think that's where the foul came in from right there. Everything up top looked pretty good, but I think she jumped into her, and that's where the foul was whistled.
And Ava goes 1 for 2 at the line, making the second after missing the first. Hartney dribbles in, gives to Wallace, goes right to Batchelor. Melton, right elbow, gives back up top. Wallace fires. Douglas inside. A lot of steps, no call. Shot well short. Here comes the Dogs. Ava drives, tries to pass to Zoe. Maybe her view was obstructed, not a clean look at the ball, and it goes off her hands and out of bounds. Up the floor, fires a bullet to a wide-open Melton in the corner, but Hickman County crashes fast. Oh, a high pass, hit by Everett, but it goes right into the hands of Wallace. Hartney at the left wing. Goes right, Wallace back to the corner with Melton. Floats it inside, Kramer tips it out of bounds. Looking for Douglas inside. We'll stay with Camden. Pass out. Oh, and she was looking for a 3-ball. Chilton crashes fast, causes for the hesitation, jumps and lands back down. That's going to be a walk, and it'll be Hickman County basketball. It's going to be Ava Floyd now. Crossing the logo, goes to Everett. Pulls from the parking lot. It's good. Carly Everett, her third 3-ball tonight. Hartney floats it over to Wallace. Now Wallace dribbles inside, gives back out to Hartney, dribbles right. Bounce pass, Melton in the corner. Goes back to Hartney. Oh, a high pass. Wallace walking the tightrope, but she can't do it. Steps out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover. Everett inbounds to Floyd. 35-27 your score. Hickman County up front. Ava at the wing. Goes to Everett. Everett tries again, and why not? And that's exactly why. Everett knocks down another 3. Timeout on the floor called by Coach Lambright of Camden. So the Lady Dogs coming out guns a-blazing. After a slow first minute of the third quarter, they have taken control these last few. Carly Everett knocking down 2 threes. Haley Gordon a tough 2. And Ava Floyd picking up a point at the free throw line. So a good start to the second half of play for the Lady Dogs, but it's all about if they can keep it rolling. 4:29 left in the third quarter from inside J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium. You know, you almost got a feel for Camden after this Christmas break. One of your first games of the new year, got to travel a hefty bit down the road to Hickman County, about an hour and a half drive. Of course, we remember those trips to Camden ourselves. It's not exactly a hop, skip, and a jump away. Hickman County, though, will be on the road this Friday against Riverside, Decatur County. And we're back out of the timeout with some action. It's going to be Camden basketball at the wing. Dribbles right. It's Warren. Goes to Melton. Melton dribbles up. Picks up her dribble, fires a bullet to Douglas at the baseline, guarded by Kramer. Floyd comes in there to help, and an errant pass goes right into the hands of Zoe Chilton. Goes to Gordon. One-on-one. Off the glass, missed. Chilton put back, missed. And it's rebounded by Warren of the Lady Lions, who steps back and fires to Douglas on the other end of the floor. And it's going to go out of bounds. Don't hate the idea there. The execution, though, not quite there. So a break there for Hickman County, getting the ball back. Gordon goes to Kramer. Now to Chilton at the elbow. Oh, a contested pass to Floyd and a timeout called by Coach Gordon. Not liking what he's seeing.
A little bit late getting two positions right there.
So trying to reassess. Now, Ron, as we mentioned just a few moments ago, Hickman County definitely came out guns a-blazing in this third quarter, looking really strong out of the break.
It's a start that they wanted. Get some shots, get some points from somebody not named Ava, and that makes it harder on Camden now.
And yeah, as a defense, I mean, you obviously have some names circled on the stat sheet like Ava Floyd, but whenever everybody can score the ball, I mean, how do you adjust to that? It's difficult for sure. So a pretty brief timeout here. Haley Gordon inbounds to Floyd. Back to Haley. Goes to Kramer. Pass to Ava. Everett in the corner. Dribbles inside. Pulls from two. It's good.
Carly's starting to feel it now.
Whether it's from three, whether it's for two. Everett knocking down the shots here tonight. Pass down to the corner. It's Melton. Fires across. Partney bounce pass to Douglas. Tipped by Kramer. Douglas stays with it though. Tries to go over Bailey, and that's not going to happen. Bounce pass to Chilton. Great job to hang with it. And a finish by Zoe Chilton.
That was a great catch by Zoe on the run, catching it under the goal and then converting.
Hickman County now 42-27. In front. Warren drives, baseline, blocked by Kramer. Gordon to Chilton again. This layup falls. 2 more points for Zoe Chilton. Floats it over the head of Zoe. Finds Hartney. Hartney dribbles inside, kicks it out. Wide open look, doesn't take it though. Dribbles in, back out. Dribble and drive, off balance shot, and it's good.
That was a nice step through. Good move right there.
An athletic shot there from Miley Hartney. Floyd gives out to Gordon. Goes to Kramer. Fires, looking for Gordon on the cut. Maybe just slightly behind her there. That's going to be a turnover. 1.5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Melton fires. Wallace floats to Douglas high, but she corrals it. Back to Warren in the corner. Dribbles in. Wallace, open look. 3-ball, it's up, and it's good.
That's the girl we have to mark. She can knock down that shot.
(44-32) now. Camden still trails by a good amount. Hickman County looking to keep applying that pressure. Floyd dribbles inside and wants to take it herself. The shot is good. I don't
Call it
believe
on the floor.
Yes, they're not going to count the shot. That was a very tough physical move there from Ava Floyd. Cadence Christopher back in the game for Camden, subbing out as number 30, Carson Douglas. Pass to Everett, quick catch release, and a rare miss from Carly Everett. Rebounded by Hartney. Under 1 minute to play in the third. From the wing, bounce pass. Warren spins, looking for somebody, fires. Christopher over to Wallace. A lot of passes here for Camden on this offensive possession. Drive, another pass. The left wing. Driving is Hartney. Good defense played in the paint by Haley Gordon. Melton jump stop, give. 3 from Christopher, rattles out. Rebounded by Warren. Hook shot, wow.
Nice layup.
That was impressive. Nice 2-point bucket there from Adriana Warren. Warren Everett from three kicks off the rim, no good, out of bounds with 1.8 seconds left. So 44-34 is probably how this third quarter is going to end, but you never know. It's inbounded. Hickman County applying pressure, not giving Camden any room to breathe, and that'll bring quarter number 3 to an end. Your score, Hickman 44, Camden 34. One more break, and then we'll have the final 8 minutes of the first game of 2026.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX. We're about to be underway with the fourth quarter from J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium. Lady Dogs lead by double digits, 44-34. Thank you for joining us here tonight, whether it be through YouTube or Facebook. The support you all showed at the station for the first half of the season was remarkable, as we've come to expect from this wonderful community. We hope to keep the ball rolling in the second half of the year. Camden with the ball first to start the fourth quarter. In the corner, and a great job by Gordon to jump the gun. Had that pass read like a book. Fires. What a pass! What a catch! Couldn't finish the shot, but it looked pretty up until that last.
Yeah, the passes, she walked.
And the fans not liking that call right there, Ron.
The girl caught the ball at the free throw line and took 4 steps, and they called the foul.
That LeBron rule was in effect. So that'll send Douglas to the free throw line. Kramer subbing out, as well as Haley Gordon. We see Tinley Davis back in the game, as well as Josie Hassel. And Douglas knocks down the first free throw. And I tell you what, Ron, Carson Douglas is probably the last person Hickman County wants to send to the free throw line. I'm not sure if she's missed all night tonight from the stripe.
You were supposed to jinx her there, but you didn't.
It only works when it's our team, I guess. And I believe we have an official timeout on the floor. Not really sure what's going on, Ron.
I think Coach Gordon's wondering why he didn't call a walk. And then he reported the foul on the wrong person.
A lot of questions, probably not as many answers as Coach Gordon would like. Everett pulls from three, and her fantastic game continues. The 5th triple for Everett tonight. Fires high ball, but Douglas somehow comes down with it, dribbles in. The shot goes up, missed, and Ava's got the rebound. Ava flying, kicks to Everett, goes to Chilton. Back to Floyd. Ava from three, it's short. Easy rebound there for Camden. Credit Abby Grace Wallace on the board. 47-36. Dogs lead by 11. Bounce pass. That's a strike. Hartney gives back up to Wallace. Quick pass. Christopher from three. Kicks off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Chilton. Quickly gets it out to Everett. Everett to Hassel. Left-handed
nice
shot.
left
It's
hand
good.
there by Josie. Good pass up the floor there. Zoe got the rebound, got it out quick to Carly. We need to do more of that. Get the ball up the floor quick.
You know, that's only Josie's second bucket of the game, but they have both been spectacular shots. They're fighting for the ball and a jump. Kramer back in the game, subbing in for Zoe Chilton. A tick under 6 minutes left in the game. Floyd drives all the way, easy two for Ava Floyd.
So Carly's hit a couple of shots outside now. Her girl couldn't come in, and it gave Ava the direct lane to the rim.
The shot is up, too strong. Let's go in the other direction. Floyd steps through, takes it herself. It falls in. And a whistle and a timeout.
So I love that right there. The shot went up, and the big girl just came in and kind of pushed Ava out of the way, just kind of shoved her. Got the rebound. Ava stuck with it, got her hands on the ball, got the steal, comes down, converts on the other end.
So, Ron, right there, what do you think the significance was of Coach Gordon taking that timeout?
He's trying to rest them. They've been running. They've been playing hard. He's giving them a 30-second rest right here. Get some water. Get ready to finish the game.
Especially Ava, who just essentially ran 2 sprints for those last 2 buckets. And although the rest was for Hickman County, they're already back on the floor. They're moving fast now. Hustling down was Wallace to throw that ball in. Floats to Melton. Double team, fires, Hartney, bounce pass, cut off, and Ava knocks it loose. The ball somehow stays in bounds. That's going to be Bulldog ball. Everett fires to Davis. Back to Hassel. Drives. Blocked. He gets her own rebound. Floyd from 2. It's good.
Love to see Josie running the floor like that. That puts a lot of pressure on Camden getting back.
Some quick passes, and Hartney's unready for it. And a foul is going to be called against the Lady Dogs. I think right there, Davis probably smelled blood in the water, seeing her have trouble with that pass and overcommitted right there.
She tried to jump in, grab the ball, and just was a second late maybe.
And Floyd, Davis, and Hassel subbing out. See Rachel Puckett back in the game. Inbounded to Douglas, easy 2 for Camden. Puckett wants to drive, stops, pulls from 2, rattles out, no good. Rebounded by Camden. Pretty similar scheme here on offense, trying to get Hartney in the paint. Now bounce pass. Blocked by Kramer, but not without contact, and Douglas will go to the line again.
Well, Bailey keeps her hands straight up right there. The girl shoots it into her hands, but she, as you know, she brought the hands down, and a lot of officials are going to see that and call the foul automatically.
A little overzealous there, and Douglas again knocks down a free throw. You know, Ron, I gotta say, if, Martians ever had a death beam pointed at Earth and they said, send one person to make a free throw for the fate of your world, I'm choosing Carson Douglas. She has been phenomenal from the free throw line for Camden. Goes up, that shot's good! Bailey Kramer, and 1. And her first points tonight are some exciting ones. Who doesn't love a good and 1?
Nice little drive baseline there by Puckett with a little dish off, and Bailey went through the contact to have a chance at the end 1.
The free throw missed, rebounded by Douglas. Fires it.
That's a
Dribbles
walk.
right. That's a lot of
That's a
steps.
walk.
The official says foul.
I don't know how you can take three steps right there Maybe 4.
Hey, listen, Ron, it's been a couple of weeks since I've called a game, so maybe they changed the rule book without me knowing. So it's going to go the other way. Floyd, nice spin move. Good off the glass.
She knew what she was doing all the way. Dribbled in, got the angle, spun back, nice finish.
I'm just going back to that previous foul. That was Kramer's third. 59-40. Dogs lead by 19. 3 from Melton. It's good. Ron, what we've seen throughout this game tonight, Melton has only attempted a handful of three-pointers, and she's knocked down a couple of them. I'm surprised they aren't, telling her to take more shots. She seems to be very pass-first heavy.
She's got a good outside shot.
That ball rolls out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Dogs. 3 minutes to play. Oh, and Gordon drives. That's going to be an easy 2 for Haley Gordon. Some great ball movement there from the Lady Dogs.
Nice cut by Haley. Nice pass by Zoe.
Christopher bounce pass to Douglas in the corner. Fires to Wallace. Back to Christopher. Wants to dribble inside. Pass. I think Puckett might have got a hand on it, but it's going to stay with Camden. Fires to Melton across the way. Bullet to Hartney in the paint. Off balance shot, missed. Whistle and a foul.
At the beginning of the year, Bailey was doing a really good job of challenging everything straight up. The last few games, I've noticed those hands starting to come forward. She's going to have to get that back to straight up so she can stay out of foul trouble.
Hartney knocks down the first free throw. Puckett subbing out, Everett back in. Kramer also subbing out. Josie Hassel back in the game. And Hartney goes 2 for 2 at the strike. 61-45 now. Oh, Floyd a little behind the back. Goes to Chilton. She pulls from 3. Missed it. But Ava with a tough offensive rebound. Pulls from 2. It's good.
She just wants it right now.
Another tremendous night. We're used to seeing it, though, from Ava Floyd. And Gordon rips it away in a pretty quick jump ball call. It looked like Haley was destined to have that ball, but the jump is called. And now we've got the younger girls subbing in now. The 3 is missed. Rebounded by Douglas. Put back is good.
Got to get a rebound.
And we see number 21, Aubrey Gordon, make her first appearance tonight.
Don't force it.
Oh, I'm looking for Hassel on that bottom right corner. But it's intercepted going the other way. Wallace up top, pulls from 3, high arcing shot, it's good.
Got to challenge her. I mean, wherever she is, you got to step out to her. That's a 26-footer.
Wallace had a pretty good night tonight. And Puckett dribbles, drives, wants to go high off the glass, missed. Rebounded by Hartney. Look at Puckett getting physical, forcing the jump ball, and the possession arrow is going to favor the Hickman County Lady Dogs. That was a nice play right there by Rachel, not to give up on it. She missed a shot, but makes up for it by getting her girls the possession.
Get in.
And a timeout is called by Coach Gordon with a 5-second violation looming. Got a minute and a second left to go in the fourth quarter. Dogs up by 13. This game, certainly a lot of positives to look at if you're Coach Gordon, but no game is ever without critique as well, I feel like.
Well, I mean, we got off to a slow start, but they have stuck with their game plan. Shots we haven't been as hot tonight as we have been in some games, and that's the way it goes. But the thing I do like is the second half we picked up our intensity on defense. Went to the zone, rebounded, started pushing the ball up and down the floor, and I think that was kind of the difference in this game. In games past, it's been other teams that have done that to us, and today we're able to kind of impose our will on Camden in that. We still got a minute, 13-point lead. He wants to see these younger girls finish strong.
They say the best offense is a good defense, and we've seen that tonight. And a quick walk called on Josie Hassel. Haven't seen many of those called tonight.
No, there's been a few of them to choose from. That was probably a walk, but it wasn't as bad as some of the ones.
Screen set by Melton. Hartney drives into a pack of dogs. Dishes out beyond the arc. Wallace floats to Douglas in the corner. Some high dribbles there. Hassel there to greet her. Wallace drives floater short. Picked up by Hassel. Under 30 seconds to play. Everett goes to Davis. Davis back to Everett. Hands to Puckett. A lot of passes here, trying to melt out the rest of this clock. Puckett dribbles, little floater. It's good. Rachel Puckett gets into the scoring column as the game ends. And your final score between the Hickman County Lady Dogs and the Camden Central Lady Lions. Hickman County emerges victorious by a final score of 65-50. A double-digit win, exactly how Coach Gordon and these Bulldog fans wanted to start the new year 2026. And we're going to take a break here on WNKX. When we come back, we're going to give you some stats from the girls' game as well as a pregame for the boys' game. Still more action to come. Don't go anywhere. And we welcome you back to WNKX. We are just under 7 minutes away from the boys' game between your Hickman County Bulldogs and the visiting Camden Central Lions. But Ron, first, let's break down that girls' game. Lady Dogs victorious 65-50 over the Lady Lions. What did you see?
Well, I mean, the first half was kind of back and forth. They jumped on us. We came back, tied it up. Close game at halftime. And then in the second half, the Lady Dogs just kind of changed the defensive pressure around a little bit, started running the floor more, got some easy shots, and played their game.
And looking over here at the stat sheet, Carly Everett finished with 17 points. A very good night for Miss Everett. Finished with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3-pointers.
Yeah.
So a great night for her shooting the ball.
And when Carly's shooting like that, it opens up lanes for Ava. A lot of times if you see Carly shooting like that, you're going to see Ava with a 20, 25-point game probably, because now she can attack the rim and do things that she's really, really good at. The thing I liked about Ava was she picked up her defense and her rebounding that third and fourth quarter. I saw her go up and get rebounds that before she would let somebody else go get, but tonight she was going to get them.
So looking as well, Haley Gordon, who started the first half kind of slow, had a couple of big buckets in the second half. Finished the night with 5 points. Rachel Puckett had that floater at the end for 2 points. Josie Hassel had 4 with 2 spectacular 2-point buckets.
I thought Josie played a really good game. Stretched her defense, was running the floor. Her and Zoe both did a good job of stretching their big girls out, running the floor and getting easy buckets on the other end.
Ava Floyd, of course, another spectacular night for the young superstar, finishing with 25 points. A great night for her. Only 1 3-pointer made for her tonight, which we've seen her mix that into her game, but tonight she was very aggressive. She got all of her points from inside the paint, a couple mid-range twos that she was taking what the defense was giving her, but a great night from Ava. Bailey Kramer finished with 2 points, of course, that big and one late in the game. And Zoe Chilton, after knocking down a couple of first-half threes, would finish the night with 10 points. So 3 Lady Dogs in double digits, not a bad night at all. Of course, even better when you know that you're ending it with a W. First of the week, 65-50. Once again, Hickman County, the Lady Dogs victorious as they prepare to go on the road Friday at Riverside. Of course, we're going to be able to hear from the coach of the Lady Dogs, Gavin Gordon, at the halftime break of the boys' game. And with just over 4 minutes left until tip-off of the boys' game, Ron, let's talk a little bit about this Hickman County boys basketball team. Of course, the end of 2025, there was a lot of problems in the post. Now, I don't mean problems as in lack of ability or talent. I mean availability. I mean, we saw Tyler McKinnon go down with an injury at Perry County, I believe. And then we saw Kylan Seal miss the game, miss a game or two, maybe. I think it was only 1 game, maybe 2 games.
I think he missed 2 games with sickness.
With sickness. So Hickman County was having some problems in the post on the latter part of 2025, hoping to get Tyler back soon. We know he's going to be, or maybe already has been, reevaluated. I know that was going to take place in early January. Not sure on his.
I think he's supposed to go back tomorrow.
Okay, so we're going to find out soon, and by Friday, when we're live again, we're going to hope to have some more details for you regarding the health of Tyler McKinnon, of course, the wonderful senior who's been a leader on this team. But tonight, we're going to be watching Kylan Seal, who is dressed out. He seems to be healthy as far as we know, so I'm excited to see what he's able to do on the floor, being really going to be the main post player relied upon here tonight and maybe in the games to come.
Well, it's going to be challenging tonight because we're playing a little smaller than we normally have. You don't have Tyler available tonight. You don't have Dylan available tonight. So you're going to have guys like Kylan, Taylor Hutchison step up and play some minutes and get some big rebounds and defensive stops.
And Ron, something that's really plagued Hickman County, who comes in tonight 7-5. Meanwhile, Camden is 10-4. So Camden's had a pretty good season this year thus far. But Hickman County really they haven't been playing really good team basketball. They haven't really been playing together. Now, they're a very talented group as individuals, but we're just waiting for all that to mesh and gel and come together.
Well, the teams that we are playing probably are not at the same level of the teams that Camden has been playing. So, I'm interested in seeing how that plays into tonight. One of the things that Camden will always do is they're going to press. They're going to play up-tempo, one thing the Dogs have to look out for tonight is Camden's out for revenge. 2 years ago, we were the team that put them out in the region tournament on our run to the state. They totally believed they were going to be the team in the state tournament that year.
And Ron, to add one more thing to that, put them out in front of their home crowd as well.
Yes, yeah. Then last year we went up to Camden. They didn't have their best player, and we totally embarrassed them on their floor. So they're looking for a little payback, and that's something our Dogs are going to have to be ready for, is they're going to come out and play hard and give us a good game.
On Camden, a very talented team. I mean, them exacting their revenge on Hickman County is not out of the realm of possibility by any means. I think it's going to be a very competitive game tonight. It's going to be very close. It all comes down to who plays the most disciplined basketball, who plays the better defense. Of course, Hickman County thrives in defensive basketball games. That would arguably be their specialty, being a defensive team. So, needing that to continue here tonight. Now a look at the starting lineup for Camden. Number 1, Jake Barker. Number 2, Brady Morris. Number 12, Jake Reynoldson. Number 3, Isaiah Goodwin. And number 32, Cade Johnson. And Ron, I remember number 12, Jake Reynoldson from last year. He is a very talented player, a great scorer. Now look at Hickman County's starting 5. Number 0, Brody Worley, the senior. Number 2, Braden Brown, the junior. Number 3, Tim Puckett, the senior. Number 4, Will McDonald, the senior. And number 30, Kylan Seal, the junior. So a bit of a different starting 5 look than what we're used to. Like you said, Ron, no Dylan Qualls and no Tyler McKinnon. Going to be a different look tonight for these Dogs, but they're going to need to step up regardless. And at midcourt, it's going to be Worley and Reynoldson. The tip is won by the Lions. Johnson hands off to Reynoldson. Driving quick, stepping through, whistle and a foul. So that'll be a quick early 2 free throw attempts for the Lions. That'll send Barker to the strike.
That was poor defense right there. They ran a little pick and roll, or actually it wasn't really a roll. He just attacked the rim. We didn't have people in help side. We didn't hedge the screen. We just let him get straight to the rim.
And that foul will go against Brody Worley, his first. But the foul doesn't hurt Hickman County too much, as the opening 2 free throws are missed. McDonald drives, lays it up off the glass for the game's first points.
Nice take right there by Will. Strong finish. Like to see that.
Will showing off the athleticism there, driving to the basket. Deep 3, bombs away, missed. It's tipped. And there's Reynoldson. Goes up, fires a bullet to the basket, missed, and Kylan Seal with the rebound.
A lot of Camden's philosophy right now tends to be just attack the rim and throw it up.
Puckett to Seal, high post, back to McDonald. Will gives to Worley. Now to Beebe, left side, drives, baseline, takes it himself. 2 more points for the Dogs.
Almost the same move that Will just made. That drive baseline with a strong right-handed layup.
Johnson gives to Reynoldson. Pump fakes, back to Johnson. Barker drives, kicks. Reynoldson pulls from 3 over Tim Puckett, missed. Brody Worley with the rebound. Dogs going the other way, gives to McDonald. Floats to Seal. Back to Brown. Nice move, dribbles inside the arc. Hands back off to McDonald, steps through. Missed, put back, good. Kylan Seal with a couple of points.
Bulldogs need to be ready. They're about to run. I think this is just a little X play here. They're going to try to screen down. Yeah. Isolate their best player right there.
Reynoldson
Brody gets
steps
his second
through.
foul, not moving his feet.
So Reynoldson on the move. The shot will not count. It does count, so it is an and one.
Yeah. The guys are a lot like their girls. They're going to pump fake and drive right. You've got to give them a little space and cut off that drive.
And Reynoldson misses the three-point play. Brown bounce past the Puckett to Brown. 6-2, Dogs up front. Floats to Seal. Goes left. Worley. Goes to Kylan. Bounce pass to Brown. Someone got a hand on it. He goes up. Missed. And it's rebounded by Johnson. Cade Johnson on the left side of the floor. Feeds. Oh, off the hands of Goodwin, but he stays with it. Morris. Goes to Reynoldson. There's Goodwin. And Seal finally crashes on him, playing very close to the hip. Johnson hands off to his right. Reynoldson at the wing. Thought about pulling up, but gives left. What a defensive possession for these Bulldogs. The ball's loose on the ground. And a jump. What a
Good
possession.
defensive possession right there. Bulldogs really talking on defense, switching screens out top. That kind of confused Camden. They didn't have any lanes to drive, and we ended up getting a turnover on that.
See Taylor Hutchison entering into the game for the first time. Subbing in for Brody Worley. Seal, McDonald, three, missed. Oh, and Hutchison tips it out to Brown. Great play. And the Dogs will maintain possession. Tim dribbles left, fires to Hutchison, pulls from three, kicks off the rim. Seal with the board, dribbles hard, missed it. And it's rebounded by Camden. It's Reynoldson down the right side. Kicks it out. Cade Johnson from three. It's good. 6-5. Camden trails by one.
Coming out of their man-to-man, going to that extended matchup zone. Quick passes here. If we'll get quick passes, we'll get open looks in the corner.
And Barker was draped all over Will McDonald. Easy foul call.
Got to be ready for a quick trap out. They're going to try to extend it out. Middle and quick swings to the corner will be open.
Hutchison taps it out to McDonald. Will tries to give the seal and does. Kylan goes up and he's fouled. So a couple of free throws on the way from Kylan Seal. That's the second foul called on Jake Barker.
It's good penetration right there by Will McDonald. Penetrated in. They kind of cheated out toward Tim in the corner, which left Kylan open under the goal as he misses his first layup.
Shot kicks off just to the left. Attempt number 2 on the way. And this one's good. So 3 points in the first quarter for Kylan Seal thus far. Reynoldson guarded by Hutchison. Fires inside to Johnson. Quick kick. Drives. Baseline in the paint. Lost it. It's a loose ball. And another jump. The possession arrow will favor the Lions. Fires it out. It's a good one. Steps through. Over Seal. Missed. Gets his own rebound, though.
We had 3 guys there. Didn't get the rebound.
Reynolds wants to drive it himself. Very physical play, and it's good.
We got to stay on the floor. He gave a pump fake, and we just flew by. He's not going to shoot that. Stay on the ground, play position defense.
So we're all tied at 7 with 3 minutes to go in the first. Tim Puckett, wide open look, missed. And a foul is going to be called against the Bulldogs.
Probably going to get Hutchison with a push there on the rebound.
And they do give it to Hutchison, his first. The Dogs' third team foul in this quarter. Johnson gives to Goodwin. Now it's Reynolds in the paint. Long two, a lot of contact and a foul. And Ron, right there, it seemed like Reynoldson was just able to hang in the air for so long on that shot attempt.
And the Bulldogs are going to have to avoid what the Lady Dogs did. Keep sending Camden to the free throw line.
Now, after a few trips to the line, that was the first free throw they've made, and now they're second. They didn't start off remarkable from the free throw line, but that's probably not going to last all game. So 9-7, Camden out in front. 2:30 to go in the first quarter. Floats to McDonald. Will fires back to Brown. And a good defensive possession here from the Lions. Puckett, corner three, good!
That was a good set right there. They overloaded the right side, was patient, set up the shot.
Give out to Johnson. Dribbles right, gives to Gaskin. Now it's Goodwin, wants to take it himself. Left-handed layup is good.
Didn't talk on defense right there.
Brown running the offense. Looks like Major Qualls, Carter Goodwin, and Jack Floyd set to sub in for the Dogs. Puckett floats to Brown.
Back to him.
Back to Tim. Thought about pulling up, but doesn't. Back to Tim. This time he fires, and it's good. Hand off to Johnson now. Dogs back ahead 13-11.
Yeah.
And a foul is called on Braden Brown.
Be a foul. Just leaning into him right there. Got 2 shots here.
And that was the 5th team foul for the Dogs in this first quarter, so it will be 2 shots. They'll send Cade Johnson to shoot them. The first one kicks off, no good. The second one's up, and this one rattles out. Rebounded by Major Qualls, who's in the game. McDonald, Hutchison, and Brown subbing out. In the game, Goodwin, Major Qualls, and Floyd. Back to Floyd. And a timeout is called.
Good timeout. He subbed in, and not everybody knew exactly what position they needed to be in attacking that zone right there.
So just under a minute to go in the first quarter. We got 53.5 seconds. Hickman County 13, Camden 11. And now, Ron, what I noticed about this look, I mean, you mentioned in the pregame that Hickman County is going to go with some smaller looks. And this right here, a pretty small look, but they've got a lot of really good ball handlers on the floor right now with Carter Goodwin and Jack Floyd especially.
We have a lot of good basketball players. It might be a smaller look, but a smaller look has its pros just like it has its cons, just like a larger look has its pros and its cons. You just have to try to play to your strengths and keep the opponent from playing to theirs.
Well, we know back during the Christmas break games, Jack Floyd looked really good. So I'm expecting to see him get some more minutes as this season progresses. Floyd goes to Qualls. Just didn't see it, or maybe it was tipped out. Not really sure what happened there. Reynoldson gives. Johnson from 3. It's good. Camden back in front, 14-13. 30 seconds to go in the first. Floyd up the right side of the court.
That was a mismatch or a mix-up on defense. Nobody guarded him. Gave him a wide-open shot.
Floyd goes over to Qualls. Now Goodwin spins through. Nice move. The layup comes up just short, though. 10 seconds.
Put a little one extra double pump into it.
Oh, nice tip by Seal. It's going the other way. Gives to Floyd from deep.
Got it. Oh,
Missed
I thought it was in.
Close. But that is how our first quarter will end. Your score, Camden 14, Hickman County 13. Second quarter of action after this.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust, and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX, live on Facebook and YouTube. We thank you for joining us here tonight for Hickman County Hoops. And the second quarter is underway from J.E. Cisco. Hickman County trailing by a point, 13-14 against Camden. Of course, the Dogs tonight without Dylan Qualls and their head coach, Coach Dawson. A lot of adversity here these Dogs are going to have to overcome if they want to win this game. Brown in the corner. High off the rim and missed. Rebounded by Jackson. As he gives to Gaskin at the wing, guarded by Puckett. Reynoldson up top, drives and hands off. Wants to step all the way. Physical drive. That's going to be a foul called against the Dogs. They're going to give him 2 shots.
It's going to give him 2 shots on a rebound.
And they're going to get Carter Goodwin there on the foul, his first, team's first of the second quarter. And Reynoldson knocks down the first. And Reynoldson knocks down both of them. 16-13, Lions up by 3. Goodwin gives left to Brown, now to Puckett. Tim now drives left. Gives back out to McDonald. Will looking for somebody. Bounce pass underneath the seal, but it's taken away. Oh, and Johnson was trying to get it out to Gaskin.
Kind of wish he hadn't called that one. Braden had a layup. But
So
he did step on the line.
A little bit of confusion there, miscommunication or something of that nature. Just not ready for the pass, and it goes out of bounds. So fortune will favor the Dogs right there. Floats it to Seal. Kylan hands to Tim. Gives to Goodwin. Corner 3 on the way. It's good. The shot is a line drive there. No good. Rebounded by Tim. Gets up to Goodwin. Hands to Puckett. Fires over to Brown. Brown wants to drive. Gives to Seal. On the baseline. looking to go up. He does. Shot is
Gotta be a
blocked
foul.
and tipped out to Johnson. The shot was blocked by Hunter Jackson. Driving, shot missed, loose, picked up by Seal. BB the other way. Nice step through, off the glass, missed, put back by Seal. This one's good. Dogs regain the lead, 18-16. When a foul called on Will McDonald, who's not too thrilled about that one.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of contact happening. Will's got to keep his head on. He's got to keep his head straight.
And Coach Key right there, who's a really good players coach right there, just trying to calm Will down a little bit, keeping him in the game. It was Seal that subbed out. And it goes at the back of Will McDonald. Just didn't have his head quite turned around to see it.
Yeah, you got to always see the ball.
Pass back, great ball movement from Camden, and that's another two from Reynoldson. 18-18. Goodwin in the corner. Goodwin cross, drive. Puts it up, missed. And some bodies hitting the floor over there. That was Isaiah Goodwin, took a tumble. Reynoldson from three, and he is on fire. Goodness gracious. Timeout is called by the Dogs. And Ron, we mentioned at the start of the broadcast, Jake Reynoldson is a playmaker.
Yeah, he's the guy that makes them go. They have a lot of good give-and-go passes. We've seen 2 or 3 times here where there's just a little touch pass, and we get sucked in. Everybody draws in toward the pass, and then we don't have guys to cover that cut.
Hickman County not playing their best ball tonight by any means, but still keeping it close. It's competitive here with 5:08 left in the second quarter. It almost reminds me of the girls' game in a way with how competitive it was in the first half, but now will it also resemble that game in the sense of the Dogs taking over in the second half? Only time will tell.
These two teams are pretty evenly matched. I felt like the girls' team was not quite as evenly matched. The Bulldogs right now are kind of frustrated. You can see the way Will McDonald's playing right now. He could have picked up 2 fouls down there on the other end right there because he was just frustrated. And instead of playing basketball, he's kind of pushing. Coach Key's taking him out, trying to talk him down because we got to have Will. In order to win this game, we're going to have Will. Now, apparently a technical was called right there. I missed it.
Yeah, I didn't pick that up either. And it'll be Tim Puckett taking the shots, and that also means it'll be Bulldog possession. And Tim misses the first. Rare miss there from Tim
That's
Puckett.
the third one he's missed this year. Missed them both.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Back-to-back free throw misses from Tim Puckett, but at the very least, to extend an olive branch to Hickman County, they at least keep possession due to the technical foul. Dogs trail by 3. Goodwin at the wing. Dribbles in, goes out to Hutchison. Now to BB. Brown drives, pulls from the elbow, misses off to the right, and Reynoldson runs it down. Parker back to Reynoldson, out of the corner. It's Morris. Morris bounce pass well off the mark. That's going to be Bulldog ball. Great defense there by Hickman
Good
County.
pressure D there by Taylor Hutchison, kind of forced them to get a bad angle on that pass. They couldn't get it in.
There's a good one again for Brown. Worley back in the game. Has the ball high post. Oh, and too many steps. Got a little antsy there and a walk. Johnson gives right to Morris. Back to Johnson. Bounce past Reynoldsson from the stripe. Open look. Missed the two. Goodwin with the rebound. Carter going left side of the floor. All the way. Lay it up and in. Braden Brown for two. We're on that left corner drive. Braden's looked really, really good. And the three attempt misses short. Another rebound for Carter Goodwin. Fires to Hutchison. Sails on him a little bit.
Kind of forced that one.
Wasn't really a whole lot of room to fit that one in.
We just got to settle down running offense right there. That would have had to been a perfect pass, perfect catch.
Right there, if you notice, Tim Puckett being a leader on the floor is trying to settle his guys down, signaling just to slow it down, breathe in, and play their game. Dogs trail by one. Puckett guarding Morris. Gives top of the key, now swing it to the wing. Up top is Johnson, drives. And a quick foul called.
Using our hands. Putting two hands into them right there instead of.
That'll be the second foul called on Carter Goodwin. Back in as Will McDonald. Johnson at the wing. Guarded by Will. Dribbles left, gives to Reynolds. There's Barker. Drive, spins on Hutchison. Another whistle and another foul is called.
They're just isoing us right now, going one-on-one, and we're making a lot of contact with them. We're gonna have to find some way to stop the penetration.
The first free throw attempted by Barker is no good.
I'd love to see a zone at some time. Coach Key may be saving that for the second half.
The second free throw, this one's in. So Camden in front by two. That was Hutchison's second foul on the game. Brown wants to drive into the paint, gives up to Puckett. Puckett pulls from three. Rattles out, but a nice offensive rebound by Will McDonald. Will wants to drive, goes all the way. A tough two for Will Mack. All tied up at 22 apiece. Dribble and drive. Missed it. Or a putback by Reynoldsson. An impressive shot. 24-22 now. Two and a half to play in the first half. McDonald directing traffic. Screen by Hutchison. Will goes right, now pulls back. Tries the three, short. Loose ball. And a timeout is called by Camden to save the possession. A very smart timeout call.
Bulldogs got to be a little bit more patient on offense. There's been two or three times where we're trying to force the issue with the perfect pass, or we're taking a jump shot over one or two guys, and we'll just move the ball around and be patient a couple more, 10 more seconds, you're probably going to get a wide open shot.
Well, we know, we've seen it this year. Hickman County plays their best ball when they are patient, when they're giving their best shooters an open look to take that open shot. And more often than not, when they have an open look, when guys like Will McDonald, guys like Tim Puckett are shooting wide open threes, they're falling more likely than not. So Camden with possession off the timeout. Barker pulls from three, missed. Rebounded by Brown. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Worley in the left corner.
Swing.
Seal fires to Puckett. Crashed on quickly by Barker. Floats to Seal. Seal goes to Tim. Being guarded closely by Barker. Now Brown wants to reset. McDonald wants to dribble and drive, has it stripped. Recovers it, knocked out of bounds by Johnson. It'll stay with the Dogs. Will probably wanted to call there, but clean block, clean strip. Brown goes to Puckett in the corner.
Back to him.
Worley drives, mid-range two is no good. Out of bounds off of Reynoldson, so it's going to be Hickman County ball. Okay.
They'll run that same play. Brody dribble up. Tim will be wide open in the corner.
Floats it to Worley. Kicks to McDonald. Goes to Puckett. Worley at the wing. Pulls from three. High arcing shot. Comes up short. Camden ball. Fires the bullet to Reynoldson. He pulls from three. He's good again.
That's one pass down the floor. That's bad defense.
Jake Reynoldson putting on a clinic so far. Brown steps into a three. Missed. Easy rebound for Camden. Under a minute to play in the first half. Lions lead by 5, 27-22. Contested three, little wild shot
I don't
there.
think that's the shot he wants with 40 seconds left.
Puck it to McDonald. Will drives.
Bad shot.
Too strong. Under 30 seconds to play now in the half. Johnson dribbles around McDonald. 15 seconds. Reynoldson with the ball. Top of the key. Dribbles back into the logo.
We need to give help from number 2 here.
Under
Don't
10
foul
seconds.
here. Just play defense without fouling.
Johnson step back. Blocked by Puckett. Worley's got to let it fly on the way. Oh, it's too
A
high.
little bit long. It was straight, though.
It looked good from here, but
straight.
a little too much power on that one. And that's how the first half will come to an end. Your score, Camden 27, Hickman 22. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break. When we come back, we're going to hear from the head coach of the Hickman County Lady Dogs, Coach Gavin Gordon. You won't want to miss it. Don't go anywhere.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald family. Heritage Bank and Trust and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
Welcome back to WNKX for the halftime show here at the boys' game. It's 27-22 Camden over Hickman County. But as always, we are joined by the head coach of the Hickman County Lady Dogs, coming off a big 15-point victory over the Camden Central Lady Lions. Ron, I'll turn this interview over to you.
Coach Dawson, or Coach Gordon, I'll get it right. First half is kind of back and forth. They really attacked the rim, got by us, got to the foul line. Second half, it seemed like you kind of found something that worked in the zone and also pushing the ball down the floor. Josie Hassel, Zoe Chilton were able to run the floor, get some layups. Just kind of explain the thought process behind all that.
Yeah, I just felt like early in the game during man, we were getting beat off the bounce too much and not sliding over into help side with our body. We were kind of slapping at it, so of course the fouls were going to happen. And we were slow poking it up the floor, so that's when Justin, we made at halftime. We told them we were going to switch to a little bit of 1-3-1, switch to a little bit of 2-3. That way we can keep people in front. I didn't think they had a lot of great shooters except for the girl that could shoot really well, obviously. Yeah. And then, I was just like, let's run the floor. And, man, like, when Josie Hassel runs the floor, I mean, she's beating everybody down there. And Zoe Chilton, a healthy Zoe Chilton right now, can flat out move. And some great passes by Haley up the court to her.
That was one thing I noticed. The other thing I noticed was in the second half, it really looked like Ava really turned up her intensity defensively, and she rebounded like I hadn't seen her rebound before. And I thought that was a difference. Don't know if you had a chat with her on that or if that was just something she did, but it really helped turn the tide.
I agree. A little bit of both, right? I told her we cannot rebound on the perimeter. That's not a place you can go rebound. And I mean, she's strong, man. When she goes and tries to pull the board, she's gonna go get it. And she catches an offensive board, she's strong enough to put it right back up and score. And then defensive board, once she gets it, if she can get out and push, it's hard in transition for them to guard her.
So when those other girls see her rebound, they can take off, and fast break has started.
So, Coach Gordon, you guys have had a lot of success this season thus far. You've had a good game against Whitehaven during the Music City Hoop Fest tournament. Now, I wanted to ask, and we talked about this during the pregame before y'all's game started. When you're coming out of a break like Christmas break, there's a lot of distractions, a lot of holidays, Christmas, New Year's. I mean, how do you keep your girls focused and prepared and locked in for whenever the season ramps back up again?
Yeah, we had a long conversation about that yesterday because it is tough, right? They're not normal everyday average students getting this 2 weeks off. We're practicing, we're playing back to back to back games. It's tough on your body. Basketball's a long season. So we just talked about continuing to focus on the small stuff, doing what has led to the success, and trying to get better at the things that we're deficient at. And they're just a good group of girls. I don't have to coach energy. That's just something that I haven't had to do. And when you don't have to coach energy, a lot of good things happen.
Well, Coach, once again, congratulations on picking up win number 12 on the season this year over Camden, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys Friday in action on the road against Riverside. So once again, that was the head coach of the Hickman County Lady Dogs, Coach Gavin Gordon. We're going to step away for a few more moments, but when we come back, it'll be second half basketball from J.E. Siska Memorial Gymnasium. Don't go anywhere. So we have got just over 2 minutes until we resume with second half action here from J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium. And Ron, it was a first half that was relatively close and competitive. It's only a 5-point difference right now, but Hickman County's not looking their best so far.
Right now, we're a little bit shaky on defense. They're able to attack gaps. They're able to get to the rim. They've gotten to the foul line. Offensively, when we move the ball, we've gotten good shots, but there's been too many other times I feel like we've settled for in-between shots that aren't real great, that we don't have people in rebounding position for. If we can go back to the way we were attacking early on, Kylan Seal in the middle was doing really well. We've just got to stay aggressive offensively, but be smart with it. There's a difference between being aggressive and just attacking the rim and throwing up stuff.
And looking at that first quarter, Tim Puckett was the leading scorer for the Dogs with a couple of threes. Now, he went silent in that second quarter. Now, do you think in the second half, Coach Key's going to try to get more looks for Tim going forward? It seems like when Hickman County's playing their best, it's whenever Tim's lighting it up from beyond the three-point line.
What happened in the second quarter is he hit those first 2 threes. They went back man-to-man, and they just chased Tim around. They didn't help off Tim. So he didn't have as many open looks, and that's where someone else has to step up, hit some shots. We really didn't get that in that second quarter, I don't think. What we score? 8, 10 points in the second quarter?
Give or take.
9? Yeah. So that's going to be the difference maker. If they're going to chase Tim around like that, some other people have to take advantage of that and score.
Well, points have certainly been at a premium. Of course, Tim Puckett with 6, Braden Brown with 4, Will McDonald with 4, Carter Goodwin with that corner 3, and Kylan Seal finished with 5. And I think going forward, if it's not Tim Puckett knocking down threes, I'm looking at Kylan Seal to be the difference in this game.
And both of Kylan's field goals came off of putbacks, where he attacked the rim, got offensive rebounds, and put it in from there. Looks like the Bulldogs are coming out in man-to-man again.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on
So Camden with possession. Reynoldson gives right. Handoff. Parker lost handle of it a little bit. McDonald with an accidental takeaway, I guess, keeping his arms flared out, knocking it away. The ball goes careening out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Dogs. The Dogs decked out in the white uniforms, Camden in black. Puckett inbounds to Brown. Brown bounce pass to Seal. Seal has his shot blocked by Morris. Reynoldson going the other direction. Gives right to Johnson. Dribbles left. Bounce pass. McDonald almost got a hand on it. Reynoldson pulls from 3, and one of the few misses from Reynoldson. Brown, nice move. Wants to take it himself off the glass, no good. Tight defense played by Brady Morris. Reynoldson tries again from 3. This one's short, and it goes right into the hands of Tim Puckett. Worley drives, jump stop, floater, short, and a late whistle and a foul.
Yeah, I was just thinking they weren't going to call it, but he hammered him right on the elbow on that shot. So
it's better late than never, they say. And a minute and a half, nearly a minute and a half, has elapsed. Still no points for either team. Worley misses the first. In the first half, Ron, it was a lot of fouls from the Dogs. Definitely a point of emphasis at the half, I'm sure. And Brody Worley knocks down that second free throw.
Well, Camden's strategy is to attack the rim. They're going to try to go by you, so you got to sit down and cut them off. Right there, we didn't cut them off.
Johnson pulls from 3. It's no good. Now, they called him a walk there, I believe. I didn't see the official make the hand motion.
Yeah, it was a walk. He did the little James Harden move with the 3 steps to the left.
If this were the NBA, it might not have been called.
Yeah, there was a gather step in there and the 0 dribble or whatever. And
Worley at the wing. Pump fake, drive. Gets out the bucket. Guarded by Barker. Hands to Seal. Now to McDonald. Will floats to Brown. Step back, float to Seal. A little too tall, out of bounds. Camden ball. McDonald applying pressure. He's got this takeaway. Reverse layup missed.
oh, that's illegal right there, yeah.
An offensive foul is going to be called against Camden. And Ron, going back to that Will McDonald takeaway and shot, do you like the idea to drive it yourself, or did you want to see him try to reset, maybe get it out to one of his guys?
I mean, I'm okay with him driving right there. You really don't like the leaning reverse. That's that makes the shot a low percentage shot. But attack, go to the rim, get fouled.
Brown.
I mean, if you'll notice, they're chasing Tim 25 feet from the basket right now. So some of these other guys are going to have to step up and score because they're not going to let Tim have an open shot.
And Hickman County a couple of times now in this third quarter, they've tried that cut to the basket, but Camden's had it well guarded. Both times those passes have sailed out of bounds and have resulted in turnovers. Johnson drives, kicks to the corner, out of bounds, Bulldog ball, and Camden's bench right now wishing there was replay technology, thinking it was off the hands of McDonald. Could have gone either way, maybe. It's hard for us to see from over here, at least.
I'm not certain what happened. They had a little better view than I did. I know their guy touched it, and they thought Kylan hit it going out also. So
it went our way, so I'll say good call. McDonald now up the right side of the floor, directing traffic. Gives a Seal high post. Over to Puckett. Tim dribbles, fires to Brown. Wide open look. Kicks off the rim. Seal with the rebound. Only lost handle of it, and it's picked up by Morris. Camden's going the other way now. Under 5 minutes to play in the third. Back to Reynoldson. Seal couldn't block it. And it's a tough 2 for Reynoldson. 29-23. Lions ahead.
you need to get Will a good shot right here. He's got a little bit of a mismatch. There it is right there. They're sagging back.
And
Collins
Seal
will shoot
pulls.
that.
Pretty open look, just can't get it to fall. Now Johnson goes down the left side of the floor.
Camden's doing a good job of taking away our strengths right now.
Reynoldson goes to the corner. It's Barker. Bounce pass Reynoldson in the paint. Wants to take it up. Oh, that's a very tough and acrobatic shot from Reynoldson, but it falls. Oh, and Puckett took exception to that. A lot of contact there around the face from Barker. McDonald floater misses short. Reynoldson spins out of danger. Down the right side. Johnson steps into a three, and he knocks it down. And Ron, it's rare we see Tim show emotion on the floor. That's how you know if something is taken a little bit too far.
He got popped in the eye right there, and the official just looked at him.
So 34-23, Camden has jumped out in front, and Worley with a big time three. They needed that one there. Maybe that will be the shot in the arm that Hickman County's been waiting for.
We need somebody.
Barker now dribbles right. Middleton baseline drive, reverse layup, it's good.
Again, we need to play position defense. Will jumped out, tried to steal that, and gave him an angle to the rim.
Brown bounce pass to Seal. Seal drives, baseline kicks. McDonald open corner three, missed. But that was one of those good looks you wanted Will to have, and eventually that's going to start falling. Johnson steps into it, missed it short. Here comes Brown. Euro, pass to McDonald, tries again. Too strong. Brown, rebound, putback is good. If you had to miss, that was probably the best miss possible. Kicked right to Brown with a wide open look to the lane. The Dogs need a defensive stand. Reynolds just pulls it, missed it strong. McDonald wasn't entirely ready for it, but still comes up with a loose ball. Past the Puckett, wide open look. Kicks off the front of the rim. Worley gets the rebound. Fade away, rattles out. A lot of contact, and that's going to be a foul on Camden. The Bulldogs say about time. Camden desperately wanting subs. For a moment, I thought they weren't going to get them.
There's a reason there's an X on the floor. That's where the referees look to sub. If you don't go to the X, they don't think you're going in.
Inbounded to McDonald, under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Will goes to Tim, BB, McDonald up top, now to Worley. Drive, steps through, floater, short, but he's fouled and will shoot two, and some pretty big free throws coming up here for Brody Worley.
We've got to get some points. We're 8 points down. Camden's got the game going kind of the way they want it, up and down, up and down. They're getting open looks in the secondary. We're not getting open looks.
And Worley's got the first. And with Camden right now at 4 fouls, minute and 44 left in the third quarter, I kind of think Hickman County might play a bit more aggressive, trying to drive or try to draw some more fouls that will always result in free throws.
And I'll be honest with you, it's 4-0. They're probably not going to call it. Now, they might call some tic-tac fouls on the other end to even it up.
So Worley goes 2 for 2. Barker from 3, missed it short. Reynoldson fighting, but Hutchison tips it to Brown. Braden drives, steps through, high off the glass. Worley, nice attempt to put it back, but doesn't get the shot to fall. Awkward angle there for Brody. Driving, Gaskin gives out to Johnson. 6-point ball game, 36-30. Camden leads. Oh, and Brown tried to jump the passing lane, a loose object on the floor.
Somebody got to hold on to that ball. That's the second time.
And the question is this still going to be Bulldog ball? It looks like it's going to be.
Should be.
If that ball was noticed a second sooner, it might not have been Hickman County ball. Under a minute now. Beebe floats to Worley. Catches.
Kick.
Backs down. Off the glass. Missed. And Reynoldson a tough board. 40 seconds in the third. Reynoldson gives right. Johnson to his right now. A lot of passes here. Barker. Morris guarded by Hutchison. Hutchison tried to knock it loose and foul's called.
There's your little bump.
I was about to say. It'll be 3 fouls on Hutchison. Under 20 seconds, down to 15. Camden wanting to take the final shot of the quarter, no doubt. Reynoldson drives, mid-range floater, kicks off, no good. Worley's got it. And they're just going to hold on to it as the third quarter expires. Your score, Camden 36, Hickman County 30. 8 minutes remain to decide a winner when we come back.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald family. Heritage Bank and Trust and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX. It's been a fun night. Of course, we're so thrilled that basketball is back after a bit of a break for the holiday season. And this game is going to be one that comes down to the wire. 6 points separate these two teams as we're about to begin the fourth quarter. Of course, the Hickman County Lady Dogs already picked up a big win earlier, 65-50. Now Hickman County, the boys team, trying to secure a come-from-behind victory. It'll be Bulldog ball to start the final quarter of play. Worley step back. Fires the seal in the paint. Dribbles. Goes to McDonald. Pulls from three. Too strong, but nice rebound by Puckett, who hands to Brown. To Worley. Little hook shot. It's good.
Good offensive rebound there by Puckett. Keeping that alive. Got the ball into Worley. We needed those points. Now we need to stop.
Gaskin drives.
We're in a 2-3 zone here. Got the ball right to where they wanted to in the middle.
Just steps through traffic there. I guess a nice job by Hickman to at least not foul right there.
Yeah, we got extended out too much. We're going to have to pack it in a little bit.
McDonald, jump stop, hands off to Brown, missed. McDonald's put back missed, but he's fouled. And Hickman County has had really good positioning right there on every single one of those rebound and putback attempts.
Right now, that's what's kind of keeping us alive right now is we're attacking the glass. We're getting some extra chance or second chance opportunities. And without those, we'd be down, 14, 16 points.
And McDonald gets the first free throw to rattle in. Will was held to no points in the third quarter. Quickly in the scoring column in this fourth. Knocks down both free throws. 4-point ball game, 7 minutes to play. Johnson goes right to Gaskin. That's Barker up top. Bounce pass, Reynoldson. Dribbles right, pulls, missed. Rebounded by Brown. So now can the Dogs capitalize on the missed shot? Fires to McDonald. Drives through. The shot is no good. Seal.
I was about to say. Late call right there. It was the right call. But when they call it late like that, that makes me nervous. Will going to the line for 2 shots.
And that seems to be a recurring theme tonight. I mean, they've made the correct calls, but they've been pretty late. I wonder what's causing that.
Well, I'd rather them make the correct call than a little bit late. I mean,
it's like we said, better late than never.
Yeah.
So Will back to the line after making the last 2. He's got that one. Nothing but net.
Hopefully these free throws will get Will going because we need somebody to kind of step up and get some points this third quarter.
And that one rattles in too, so Will goes 4 for 4. His last 2 trips at the line. And Ron, it's like you always say, just seeing the ball fall in is sometimes is good enough to get that confidence.
That's a big part of it.
The Dogs back on defense in what is now a 1-possession ball game. Barker, top of the key. Bounce pass and a timeout is called by Coach Roberts of Camden.
Good switch of defense there by Coach Key. Switching to that extended zone. They scored on it the first time, but the last 2 or 3 times they haven't looked as comfortable.
Now, Ron, a question. When you know you're going into a ball game without your head coach, I mean, what does the preparation look like? I mean, how long does it take to get adjusted? I mean, do you try to keep with the similar play calling that your head coach usually does, or is there going to be slight differences? Like, what does that look like?
Well, everybody's got their own personality as a coach. What Coach Key does is a little bit different than what Coach Dawson does. Of course, they're using the same plays. They're using the same defenses because you're not going to teach something in a day like that. Just the implementation may be just a little bit different.
The Bulldogs trail by 2 out of this timeout. It will be Camden basketball. Gaskin throwing in to the left of his bench, floats it into Johnson. Fires, Worley got a hand on it. Nowhere to fit that ball, and it's a Bulldog takeaway. McDonald fires to Brown. Baseline. Shot is blocked. Clean block. Oh, and Tim tried to jump the lane. Gaskin goes. Shot is missed.
Yeah. Brody came down with 2 hands over him right there. They're going to call that foul.
That's 3 fouls on Brody with just under 6 minutes to play. Probably not too much to worry about as far as foul trouble.
You got to keep playing right here. I'd have really liked to have seen Braden kick the ball on that drive. He made a great drive, drew 2 defenders, really couldn't get it over them, but he had a couple of guys that would have been open.
The first free throw was good, second one not so much, so we still got a 1-possession game. Puckett, corner 3, tie game. Tim Puckett's first bucket since the first quarter, and it's a big one. After trailing for the majority of the second and third quarters, that's big for the morale to see that scoreboard all tied up. Driving, missed. Reynoldson put back,
Got a rebound,
missed.
guys.
A lot of second chances.
Got a rebound, guys.
And a foul is called this time around.
Give them 3-4 chances. There's always going to be a foul called at some point in there. You got to get back in and grab that board.
That's the first foul called on Tim Puckett. Reynoldson knocks down the first. Camden regains the lead by a point. The second one's up, this one good. 2-point game. 5:23 to go.
They're going back to there's, no, it's man. It's man.
Seal, hands to Puckett, pulls from 3. Oh, it rolls out, no good. Rebounded by Camden, it's Gaskin. A good look for Tim. It's rare we've seen a good look during this man coverage that Camden's been playing, but can't find the bottom of the net. Now the Lions back on the attack. Bounce pass to Reynoldson. Johnson at the wing, guarded by Brown. Goes to Morris. Back to Johnson, inside the arc. Ball down the corner. A lot of passes here from Camden. Reynoldson, right elbow, gives back out to Morris. Quick pass left, Barker dribbles left, spins inside the paint, fires a bullet to Gaskin.
Ooh.
Dribbles in, just rolls
That
it over
could have
to
been a
Morris.
walk.
Gaskin, of course, stands out with those bright pink shoes. Very stylish. And a deep 3 attempted, missed. Oh, and Will Mack almost had the rebound, but a lot of physicality, I should say, and the Dogs got it back. There's BB, stepping through, tie game again.
Good job pushing the issue up the floor.
Under 4 minutes to play now. And Ron does a great job with that long defensive possession to not get fatigued by the Bulldog defense.
Well, we got kind of fortunate on it. We switched to a man-to-man. Didn't have everybody in the man, and they went ahead and shot that 3.
And Morris, a good shooter in his own right, but that miss there certainly favors the Dogs. And Gaskin tries the 3, blocked by Brown. He got a hand on it. Now it's Tim going the other direction. To Seal, back to Puckett, 3, missed. And Reynoldson tips it to himself. Very heads-up play there. Reynoldson from the wing, guarded by Seal, goes left to Johnson. Quick pass now to Barker. Under 3 minutes to play. Driving kick to Gaskin. Camden certainly slowing things down here these last 2 possessions.
Trying to kind of spread it out. Get number 12 and a lane to the rim. Or they may be trying to go for one shot. They've still got 2.5 minutes to run off if they're doing that.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Trying to take the final shot with 2.5 minutes.
Oh, I've seen it.
An off-balance shot rattles out.
That was not what they wanted.
fire. McDonald patiently waits. It
Oh,
falls
it goes
in for Will.
I thought it was going to try to roll out.
And a timeout is called by Camden. Momentum back in favor of the Dogs. They lead 43-41 with 2:03 to go in the fourth quarter.
I'm sure if you're the Camden coach, that really wasn't the shot you wanted to draw up at the end. You know, he was kind of off balance, fading away, and those layups are hard. We've missed several of them tonight.
Well, it's very similar to the offensive possession before that. That long possession that ended in a deep three that was pretty well contested.
Yeah.
But you know, Hickman County is a team that plays better when they're energized. That's their strength, their superpower. So seeing shots fall that give you the lead late in the game, that can only favor the Bulldogs going forward.
Well, one of the big keys right now is we've got to get a stop and a rebound. You know, every possession right now is huge, and you've got to buckle down on defense. The game right now is a series of one-possession games, and you know you need to win those one-possession games. Right now, we're on defense. We need to get a stop. We need to get a rebound.
So both teams back on the floor now. .203 to play. Got a barn burner here in J.E. Cisco. Relatively low scoring from what we're used to seeing from this Hickman County team.
You would think between these two teams it'd be pretty high scoring, but
looking at the score, you'd think it'd be just the first half still. Inside, Barker has it knocked loose. Picked up by
play
McDonald.
by Will. One possession, one.
Will drives, steps through.
Next possession,
lead for the Bulldogs.
Get another stop now. Got to play better D than that.
And he knocks down a three. Reynolds
can't give up the open three.
Big time shot. Now with Hickman County, well, as we saw there, when they went up by two possessions, it forces Camden to up the ante a little bit. They can't sit back and drain clock like they did those
You've got to run them off the
possessions.
line right there. We've got help side coming. You got to run them off the line. Bulldogs right now are going to try to run the clock out.
Puckett dribbles right. Gets out to Will. 60 seconds to play. Gives to Brown. Now, at what point does Camden start fouling with 2 to spare? .40 now. Camden still not fouling. Nice move by McDonald.
Dribble out, dribble out.
Pump fake by Worley.
Dribble out, dribble out.
Gives out the seal.
Reset.
30
reset.
seconds now. And they got a foul now. You got to think. Still nothing, though. 22 seconds in.
So they're still 2 fouls away from us shooting. So, you know, the big thing is right here, you know they're going to deny. They're going to deny. You've got to get the ball in. You've got to be strong with it. Can't give up a steal here.
And a
Coach
timeout
Key going to call a timeout and go over that same thing right now.
Now right here, Ron, it's that sort of awkward in-between where you're playing a defensive style of offense almost, playing that conservative, cautious, just trying to make sure you go out of this game on your terms.
Well, I liked what we did right there. I was talking to Coach Dawson the other day, and he was talking about implementing that little end of game, just kind of running the clock out because it's really hard to stop. Really hard to stop, and the Bulldogs did a good job of executing it right there.
But now as an offense, if a defense thinks, well, there's no shot, they shoot it. If they try to bite on something, do you then try to take your points, or do you dribble in, then just stop yourself and dribble back
A lot
out?
of times, if the post player tries to cheat out on that, the post player can slide to the goal, to the rim, and get a layup on it. That's what you're kind of looking at. If you're the guard dribbling to the wing, the other guard on your side is going to that high area there. If the post player tries to jump that, then our post player should be able to slide right down to the lane for a layup.
So in these clock-burning plays, is there still the end result of trying to get points if they allow you to?
In my book, when a team gambles, yes, you're trying to score.
So here we go, 22.2 seconds. Deuce is wild. Puckett gets it into McDonald. Oh, and a late call.
That was.
And that's very unfortunate.
He jumped from front court and landed in back court, caught the ball in between.
So it's not like football where you can drag your feet
No.
or anything like that.
Wherever you were, really Tim should have waited a second before throwing it to him, or Will's got to establish position on the one side.
But now Camden with possession. Now the game is theirs to lose. With 20.
Now, I do believe that official was not going to call that until the coach yelled on the other side. Yeah, he wasn't quite certain. He's asking right now.
But Ron, you know, whenever it happened, I saw you kind of nod your head. I mean, you believe that is the correct call, that it is a half-court violation.
Yeah. His last established position was in front court. He caught it in the air and then landed in half court. I can't quote you the rule on it, but I've seen it called like that several times.
And for me, that's probably the first time I've ever seen that happen, at least with my own eyes in person. But if you're Hickman County, you got to watch out for number 12, Jake Reynolds.
I'm about 100% certain 12's going to get it and go.
Here he goes. Gives out.
Oh, that's a walk.
And a walk. So
That was a
Camden's
walk.
going to give it back.
That was not who Camden wanted to get it to right there in that position.
And that is brutal for the Lions, and another timeout.
Just me watching that, when he picked up the ball and passed it, I was like, good. And then when he walked, I was like, all right.
A fortunate break there for the Dogs.
Now, the Dogs have to do a better job of getting the ball in bounds right there. As Tim was throwing that one in, there was a couple of guys who were open that he could have gotten it to. He's got to go ahead and pull the trigger.
And of course, with this, you know, at this stage of the game, it's all about silencing the nerves, right? I mean, It's one thing to say, well, just throw it to the open guy, but it's another to be on the floor and, you know, able to calm yourself.
I mean, you're thinking, okay, well, I've got to get it in without making a turnover. And, you know, you're looking for that wide open guy. There might not be a wide open guy. You might have to make the perfect pass and trust your teammate to go get it.
And if he forces one in with a guy draped over the back of his teammate, that's probably going to lead to a foul. So here we go. Puckett throws into McDonald. And Will is going to be fouled.
That's foul number 4.
So that was their final foul before we see shots.
The next person will go to the line. Now here you want to make sure that you've got a good free throw shooter that gets the ball here.
Gets it to Brown.
Give it back to him.
And tries to go back to Tim.
Had a chance right there to go back to him quick before he got fouled. It would have run off more time on the clock. Braden right here, step up, knock down these 2 free throws. These are big. If you hit these 2, the best they can do is tie it.
BB has been a big-time player for these Dogs. And another big moment here for the junior.
Boom.
And he knocks down the first.
That was perfect right there. They're going to try to ice him. Now, the thing the Bulldogs have to realize right here is we only have 2 fouls. So we have 2 fouls to give. We can be super aggressive on this rebound right here if it's missed, trying to tip it, trying to keep it alive. If we'll be super aggressive right there.
And I'm sure that's exactly what Coach Key is talking about with his guys down there. It's all about having that situational awareness. That basketball IQ is the difference between winning and losing ball games.
Yep. And we need about 13.3 seconds of it right here.
But, of course, it all starts with a Braden Brown free throw attempt when we come back from the timeout.
I think Camden is out of timeouts. I think we have 1 timeout left.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Now that's also big because if we hit this shot and they come down and shoot a 2 and hit it, we don't have to throw the ball in. If we'll just let the ball roll, because you have 5 seconds before you have to pick the ball up, and then once you pick it up, you got another 5 seconds to throw it in.
Ron, you mentioned having those fouls to be able to use for playing aggressive on a potential rebound, but also you can shut down any plays they want to run by immediately fouling too on their end.
You just got to be smart and not do it while they're shooting.
So here comes Brown. Free throws up, and it rattles out.
There it is.
Seal
there it
tips
is.
it.
Good
BB's
job,
got the
Colin
rebound. McDonald evades a man, and he's fouled with 7.9 seconds. What a play by Kylan Seal.
That's what I'm talking about right there. You got those fouls to give, so Colin was able to kind of push a little bit, jump up, keep that alive. That's a game-winning play right there.
And we can just think of so many times where Kylan Seal is making big-time plays. He does so again here tonight. Now, still not over. Will needs these here. And the first one rattles out. So the best Will can do here is still make it the furthest one-possession game possible. 7.9. Will rattles it in. We got a 3-point game. They need a 3. He pulls. Oh, are you kidding? He knocks down the 3, and we're going to overtime.
Not a lot you can do right there.
Did we just see what I think we just saw?
You did. You did.
Unbelievable. A contested 3-pointer.
Ideally, if we had had someone about half court right there, then you're able to foul in that position, but we didn't have anybody there. And that's about all you could do if you're Tim. You don't want to get too close there because I don't know what. There was a college game the other day where they called a cheap foul on a 3-point shot, and they ended up losing the game. What game was that? College game. Ended up in a 4-point play, team loss. I can't remember who it was, but it was something very similar to that right there where Cal and Notre Dame. Cal and Notre Dame is who it was, yeah. So, we're back to square one now. 4 more minutes. Free throws will get you in a game like that right there. Missed 2 big free throws there at the end.
Man. So 47-47, 4 minutes to go in the overtime period. We have got free basketball in the first game of 2026. And it's going to be Worley and Reynoldson jumping for it at the logo. And the jump goes to Kylan Seal. So it's all about how the Dogs can start. Can they snowball something in this overtime?
Now, the advantage we have is if we will attack the rim, we are shooting free throws. We just have to hit them at that point.
McDonald floats the pucket. Back to Will. Fields the short hop.
Got to run something. Got to run something. There we go.
BB drives. Takes it himself. Missed. Rebounded by Johnson. Gives left. It's Goodwin. Fires to Barker. Pulls from the free throw line. Missed. Rebounded by Brown. So each side missing a 2-point bucket to start overtime. Tim goes to Brown. To McDonald. Drives. Spins through.
It's going to be called a walk.
A lot of motion there.
He did a 360 right there with a step.
I mean, it looked kind of cool.
It looked cool, but
Unfortunately costly.
it's normally a turnover.
3 minutes to go now in the overtime period. 1 minute has passed. Neither team has scored yet. Barker drives. Has it knocked loose by Worley, I believe. Puckett gets it out to Brown. Great play by Tim to stay with it.
Look up, look up.
McDonald now near the volleyball line, slowing it down. Beebe dribbles left. Now pulls back out. Hands to Seal. Now to Worley. Pump fakes. Fires to Brown.
Kick out, kick out, kick out.
Tim pulls. Deep three. Missed. And a nice rebound by Worley. Two is no good. Seal tries to tip it, but it's rebounded by Reynoldson.
Got chances, good shots. They just didn't go.
2 minutes now remain in the overtime period. 2
Nobody
minutes have
scored.
passed.
Nobody scored in the first two.
No buckets. Very slow, methodical game. Who will blink first in overtime? Barker drives. A lot of steps. No call. Seal with the board. Has it knocked loose. Kylan just pleading due to the contact.
Well, I think that ball actually went out on Kylan, but the referee gave it to us because there was a lot of fouling. And
The two negatives make a positive, right? Is that
well,
what they say?
this way he doesn't have to report the foul.
But that foul would have been huge too, with five fouls on Camden already. That has sent Hickman County to the line.
Got to find a way to get to the rim.
Seal, high post. Hands to BB. Pulls from the free throw
Short.
stripe. There's a
That's
bucket in the overtime period. Braden Brown
That's
puts
it.
the Dogs in front by 2. Under 90 seconds to go. Johnson gets to Barker.
Need that one stop right here.
Oh, it's on the floor, but picked up. Tries to hand to Reynoldson.
Oh, he's
Knocked
got it.
loose. Will's got the steal.
Good job
And-
by Will right there.
And that is high IQ basketball from Will McDonald.
Find
He's
the guard.
trapped.
Oh, no.
Oh, and the pass sails out of bounds. Lion ball. And Ron, right there, would you maybe have liked to have seen a timeout?
Timeout probably would have been good right there. You've got 2. Got to have another stop. Got to have another stop.
With these Camden shooters, no game is over. 45 seconds, 2-point ball game.
Number 12 gets it. We've got to dig.
Barker dribbles in, hands to
Oh,
Reynoldson.
no. Help,
Pump
help,
fake,
help.
drives through, reverse
Oh,
layup,
it
missed.
rolled out.
No good. Misfortune for the Lions.
They're going to foul.
Brown
They're
to
going to foul.
Worley.
Go get the ball. Go get the ball.
25
Oh,
seconds.
oh,
He finds
geez.
McDonald,
Pass
threads
the
the needle,
ball.
and exhales.
All
And
right.
Will's going to be fouled.
All right, Will. You got to knock these down. If you're going to hold the ball, you got to knock them down.
Potential redemption here for McDonald. He missed one of the free throws in regulation that would have made that game time 3 irrelevant.
Yep. Two right here gives us a 2-possession lead. 2 right here gives us a
Arguably
2-possession
seals it.
lead. Arguably.
Arguably.
I've seen stranger things happen. Number 1, that was his 5th foul.
So that'll be the end of Jake Barker's evening. And he's been a scrappy player all night, a critical part of this Camden team, offensively and defensively. McDonald.
All
Got the
right,
first one.
rolled in. Good job. All right, this one's huge. This way that 30-foot 3 can't send us to overtime. If this goes in, if I'm Coach Key, I may be calling the timeout.
And he's got the
They're
second
not.
one.
Letting it roll.
And Camden's got to hurry.
Camden could go for a 3 or go for a quick
And he
2.
falls
That's a
down.
walk.
And a walk.
He fell down. That's a walk. Now we just got to get it in. Now we just got to get it in.
Some communication here, and Coach Key takes a timeout.
Good job there. they're probably going to be denying every pass right here. Sometimes here you can set a little cross screen, let somebody slip toward half court and get that pass over the top. Key is you just have to look to see if they have a safety. If somebody's on the ball, on the person throwing it in, it could be there. If they're dropped back, then you got to set a screen and get open.
A very important timeout here in this one.
But if we get the ball in right here, I feel like we win the game. You know, for Camden to have a chance, they need to get a steal on this inbounds and a score.
Now, Ron, I'm just spitballing here. I could be wrong. But if you're Hickman County, if nothing's open, to avoid the 5 second, is there merit in just letting it fly to somebody down here on this other end of the court to try to at least drain more clock if they
We have a
take it
timeout
away?
right now. We have one more timeout. If you can't get it in, we're using the timeout.
So we're not in desperation territory yet.
Not right now.
Oh, but he's going to
There
let
it
it
is.
fly. McDonald's open. And he's fouled.
That was the play I expected to see right there.
So I was half right, almost. Just throwing it deep down the court.
Tim.
And now, Ron, even though it's a shooting foul, since there are 5, can you still choose your shooter or no? Does it have to be on the shooter who got fouled?
Yeah, yeah. Will's shooting it there, so he's stepping up.
And he's got the first
And
one.
there's
And a timeout is called by Camden. Five-point game. And even if Will makes this one, it's still 2 possessions, so 2 quick threes in 7.6 seconds. Of course, not mathematically probable, but in the game of basketball, it's never over until the clock hits 0.
well, they don't have any timeouts now, so if they score, we don't have to throw the ball in. Game is over.
Still, some big free throws here from McDonald. He already made 1. Now another one on the way, his second. And it's good. And Reynoldson's got to hurry.
No fouls right here.
Steps into a 3. Missed it. And the buzzer sounds, and that's going to do it. Through all adversity, Camden cannot get the monkey off their back. That is the Hickman County Bulldogs. The Dogs defending home court, taking home a victory 53-47 in overtime. And what a night it was. The girls leave victorious. The boys leave victorious. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to break down what we saw in this boys game as well as some of the stats. So hang with us.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX. Ron, I mean, that was a fantastic game, a thrilling conclusion. And I think that just shows what we're in store for. Hopefully we got more instant classics like this one on down the road. Now, what are some of the big takeaways from this boys' game?
Well, one of the things you look at is you go into this game right here. The Dogs were down 2 of their starters. They're 2 big guys. Coach Dawson was not on the bench, so there was a lot of adversity here. And then you also look at the fact that Camden wants nothing more than to beat us after the last 2 years. So, you know, they were playing at their best level tonight. And to be able to withstand that, to be able to withstand a 30-foot three at the buzzer, they had to come from behind to win. This group showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of courage tonight as they eventually come out with the 6-point win.
And now, Ron, I'm looking here at the final scoring tallies, and what jumps out to me is Will McDonald from the free throw line in the fourth quarter, and that led into overtime as well. I mean, can you speak to just how big that performance was from him in the latter stages?
Well, I'm trying to remember. I think he only hit 3 field goals all night long. So he probably had, 10 or 11 free throws. And
yeah.
And the thing I liked about Will was he missed 1 or 2 big ones in the regulation that probably could have sealed the game. But he didn't let it phase him. He came in the overtime. I think he hit 4 free throws, 6 free throws in the overtime. So, in a game like this, when it's low scoring, those free throws is what makes the difference. I feel like if you go look at Camden's free throw percentage, their free throw percentage probably wasn't very good tonight, and that was the difference in the game.
Well, we saw that from the very beginning. Now, Camden did settle in and started knocking down free throws later in the game. But in that first quarter, they had a lot of free throws.
Number 12 did.
Now, exactly. But now in that first quarter, those missed free throws were definitely the difference now looking back at it. But, Tim Puckett as well, I want to talk about him for just a second. Finished the night with only 9 points, but he had 2 threes in the first quarter that really kick-started this Hickman County team. But he also had a 3-pointer in the fourth quarter, which also gave them momentum when they needed it most. So maybe not just lighting it up all throughout the game, but when it mattered, Tim stepped up.
Well, the thing I liked what Tim did tonight, his shooting wasn't on fire. It was good, but it wasn't on fire. But it did help open up lanes for other people. But the thing I liked from Tim tonight is he played defense. There were 2 or 3 times the ball was on the floor. He's diving for it. He got some big rebounds. And, those are the things a lot of times people don't see, but the people, the Kylan Seal, who keeps the ball alive on a free throw, there on that one possession to give us the ball back. That was huge because I think we got fouled, got one more free throw to, put that lead up to 3, which helped us get into overtime. That's where you win games. The knocking down free throws, getting the loose balls, playing defense and rebounding. Those are the areas that win basketball games for you.
Well, and we talked about this earlier, but this is a relatively low-scoring affair from what we're used to with Hickman County basketball, a real war of attrition, and that's where defense, as you said, really steps up, and it really decides the game. And Kylan Seal only had 5 points tonight, but that wasn't where he was most productive. Like you said, he was fighting for those second-chance opportunities. He was tipping the ball out to his teammates, making sure we had those chances to score more buckets. I mean, like you said, that big play at the end, arguably a game-winning play. Without that play, who knows what happens throughout the rest of this game, into overtime as well.
One of the other things I like that Kylan, and also Brody Worley stepped up in the fourth quarter. Number 12 was not as active scoring in that fourth quarter. The third quarter, he kind of had his way. In the fourth quarter, Kylan, Brody, and the rest of the team kind of sagged in on him, made it tougher on him, and made other people have to step up.
Now, what we did see as well, we saw some classic Braden Brown tonight as well, and that was really fun to watch. He had the most field goals of anybody tonight. He had 11 points, 10 of those came from the field without making any three-pointers either. And we're used to seeing him knock down maybe one or two throughout the course of a game, but he is just so good at maneuvering his way through traffic, knocking down those mid-range twos as well. So
And I think in the overtime, he had a really big pull-up jump shot, I think, that may have given us the lead or something, a little 15-footer. When it first came off his hands, I thought it was a little bit short, but it was just short of the back of the rim because it was nothing but net.
Well, and it was very similar to a shot he attempted early in the overtime period. I think it was the first shot Hickman County even attempted in overtime, where it kicked off the back of the rim, was no good. But then he tried it again a little bit later, learned from what happened the previous shot, and he knocks it down smooth as butter.
And, and that, as you go through this lineup, there's different things that every player did to help win this game. And that's what basketball's about. If you're relying on one player to win a basketball game for you, you're not going to be very good. But when you can get 7 or 8 guys working together as a team, fighting through adversity as a team, that's when basketball is fun to watch.
Well, and after what we've seen in the first half of the year, we were really hoping to see Hickman County make those strides as far as playing better team basketball. And I think tonight really helps in accomplishing that goal. Like you said, based on the adversity they had to overcome, missing some key figures from their roster tonight. Playing a good Camden team. Camden came into tonight 10-4. We came into tonight 7-5 maybe. But of course, after all was written, after all was said and done, Hickman County emerges out of J.E. Cisco on this Tuesday night, January 6th, first game of 2026, with a 53-47 victory over Camden Central. We appreciate you all for hanging with us here tonight. It was a fun night. We're so glad basketball is back. Ron, I've missed having you by my side. A lot more games,
It's been a little while.
It has been a little while, but plenty of games left. We're looking forward to being back with you guys on Friday. We're going to be on the road to Decatur County as your Hickman County Lady Dogs and Bulldogs take on Riverside. Should be a good one.
Big game, first district game right there. These Friday night games are the big ones now because they're the ones that matter for seeding.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we encourage you, if you want to make that drive, we know it's not exactly a leisurely stroll, but if you want to, pack the stands, cheer on your Lady Dogs and your Bulldogs. But if you can't make it, we're going to be bringing you the action through WNKX with the stream beginning at the same time as always, around 5:50. But one final time, the Lady Dogs improved to 12-3 tonight, while the Bulldogs improved to 8-5. For Ron Puckett, I've been Josh Copley here on WN.